Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Poor Choices, that time of the month. Chrissy is on her way in. She will get here when she gets here, but I thought I'd say at least hi because we only have about an hour with our dear
Mm.
Tugs today. Hi, Tugs. I missed
Hi.
you.
I missed you guys too. And sorry for those of you who weren't on my Twitch stream. I'm sick.
She's got a little bit of a stuffy nose.
Yeah, you can hear it. If I go off camera, it's because I'm trying to blow everything out of my. We won't go into details.
Yeah.
That would be a poor choice, but it's not
Hey,
good
you had a
in here.
great birthday
I
from
did have
what
a
I
great birthday.
saw.
I had a great birthday. I had a really good birthday. It was super chill. We went to the pumpkin patch, and then Monday, we found out, for those of you again who weren't on my Twitch stream, I announced this on my Twitch stream about an hour or so ago that Duke and I will be moving to Texas on November 6th, which is
Freedom!
not this Monday, but the Monday after. So it's coming up quick. Yeah,
It's
I'm very excited.
insane. So that means that 7th and the 8th. I don't know what's going to happen with the shows, okay? I don't know for sure. But
We
Tugs,
may take a break. I may
we may
vlog. I may
take-
vlog and put it on Poor Choices for you guys. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but it's going to be worth it because that just means Tugs is going to be in a better place, literally, compared to Vegas. The weather will be nicer. There'll literally be more freedom and
Yeah.
hopefully more exciting things in the works. Because, I mean, you've been wanting to move to Texas since, like, I've known you.
Oh my God, forever. Yeah, it was either Texas or Florida. Those were always my two. So I'm very
Mhm.
excited. And Duke got a really good job with a children's hospital out there running transport for the kids. So
Ah,
we
that's
are
actually so
excited.
good for him.
Yeah.
I can just tell you, I can hear my mom saying it. It's kids, less weight to carry.
Yeah.
Better for your back.
Better for your back. Yeah. Yeah. Better for your back. So it's good. They're offering us a great like movie package, and I won't go into too much detail, but they're offering us a great movie package. And so we're really excited. So yeah, the next time you guys see me like properly streaming, it'll be in Tejas. Tejas.
Tejas,
Yeah.
Tejas. So
Maybe at a Bucky's
yeah.
just because I can.
Yeah, when am I moving to Texas Brimstone? I have no idea.
You're
We
here
did
though.
get 5 Poor Choices memberships from Eric Stratton. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Eric.
Eric.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen it yet, please check out yesterday's show, Dadcast with Shadiversity. It was a great stream, got lots of good insights on how to date intentionally if you are looking to date for marriage. So, yeah.
Yeah, you had Shadcast on the Dadcast.
Yeah, the Shaddy Daddy cast.
The Shaddy Daddy cast. I started playing BioShock today, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've ever played that, but one of the characters you have to avoid in that is called the Big Daddy, and that's all I think about. Like
Ooh,
this
I don't
whole
wanna
time playing the game, I was like, this is a joke for Poor
this is
Choices.
like a
I swear to God.
sexy joke. I Give me the Big Daddy anytime. Oh, no.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, right? It's wild. I'm like, "Gee, though."
But, yeah, sorry, the dogs are barking. They're getting a little worked up over there. So, the first thing you do, please go to a Bucky's for me.
Oh, I will. I will go shopping. I will
'Cause
get us matching Bucky's, like, pajamas or something. I'll look.
okay, we need to get well, I need to get you already have cowboy boots.
Yes.
And then we can go to Hoedown Throwdown and Moonshine Bar.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else. Oh,
All the things.
I haven't been to Bucky's either, so I actually have to
We'll have to
go
take you to
physically.
Bucky's. We'll have to get the brisket while we're at Bucky's.
Yes, like I love this thing. So I have a cooler here from Bucky's that I use all the time.
Oh,
But I like
yeah.
leaving it right there because it's like a nice little cushion for the hats to like sit
That's
on.
so cute. I'm gonna see if they have that when I go there. I think they have it in pink.
And then the little Bucky's
Oh, look how cute. I have
keychains.
one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have one with a Santa hat on it that I won at the work Secret Santa.
Oh,
Like,
that's so
or not Secret
cute.
Santa, the white elephant. We did white elephant last year, and I won. He's about this big. It's a Bucky's stuffy, just like that, but he's got a Santa hat on, and he's so cute.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Well, while we're waiting for Chrissy, why don't we get into one of our Let's see. Should we get into a topic? Or should we
Sure.
just keep
We have little videos we could pull up.
we have
You
little
want me to
videos?
share it? Yeah.
I
Well,
can you choose one. You choose one. Thank you again, Eric Stratton, for that. Oh, Gilly's Roadhouse? That sounds good. Oh, I haven't had Texas barbecue yet either. Like, excuse me, how do I go to Texas and not have Texas barbecue?
You have to. And if you're in oh my gosh, the name of it is blanking on me. Oh, I can't think of the name of it now.
Mhm.
Salty Lick barbecue. Salt Lake barbecue, something like that. It's so good. It's a mess. It's outside of Austin. It's so good.
All right. So
This is quick and easy.
this list stems from, I believe, the Cheesecake Factory video, kind of what happened last week when we were going through the first date. For those who didn't see, there was a video that went viral where this woman was videotaping herself and her date for their first date, where he takes her to the Cheesecake Factory and she is not having any of it. She thinks that the Cheesecake Factory is beneath her. And he, thought this was a good alternative because he wanted to take her to actually a nice restaurant, but they were late because she made them late.
Yep. By an
for the
hour, I think you
reservation.
said, right?
So
Yeah.
he had to, make up other plans. So
Yeah. We're adapting and overcoming here is what's happening. Okay?
yes, which I think is a good thing to see on a first date as well, actually. So
I think so too.
a group of ladies make a list of places men shouldn't take them on the first date.
Why is that in quotes?
Men.
Man. That's a weird
You know what? I'm
thing.
surprised they didn't put cis men or like in quotes. I don't know. Anyways, so here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date to. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to me to help me with my list.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Now, before we even go through this list, are there any here? Like, can you give me a number where you would be like, hell no? Because I'm thinking,
Oh, that I would agree with? Oh, there's Chrissy.
no, say no.
Let us know when you're ready, Chrissy.
9 of them for me would be a hell no.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm multitasking my brain.
And I have a reason, not just because it's beneath me.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, because 2 of them are kind of the same thing. I would say 5.
Okay. Well, we might get back to this at some point because we have someone here finally. Chrissie Mayr.
Hi, girl. There she is.
Oh my God. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you. We can see you.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you
look
feel me?
fabulous. We can feel you
I
too.
wish I could. I also love that. Oh wait, it's not a mirror. Oh my God, I thought that was a mirror behind you.
This?
I was like,
This?
is this a thought mirror? No, to your right. Yeah, by the flag. It kind of looks like a mirror.
This?
My dumb self. Yeah.
It could be. It could be a skinny mirror.
Yeah.
Could be.
I just thought like, oh, she's into that thought trope where you have the mirror behind you to show what's working up behind her.
That's yeah. I think my behind the mirror days are behind me. Like I think like maybe 4 months ago that would have been the move. But yeah, I'm so sorry I'm late. I have had such insane problems with my camera and now it only will go up to a certain it's only going up to 720p and usually it can do 180, so I don't know what
it might be
happening.
me because if I didn't pay for the extra StreamYards.
Oh, I didn't know that it was like an extra StreamYard app.
Yeah, there's like the tier, so I was just like, well, let's just do the regular.
All right, it's fine for now.
It's not you. It's
not you. It's me.
It's not you. It's me. Yeah, it's good to be here. This is the first time I've had makeup on in maybe like a week.
I
or
might get some
so.
variety.
So yeah,
It's good for the face, honestly. If I didn't need
Yeah.
to wear makeup, I wouldn't.
I was taking a face break, so
I like that. A face
whew,
break.
just a life break.
I
Yeah.
like that.
But
I like
yes, welcome, Chrissy, to the show. Thank you very
Hello.
much
I
for
saw you on
coming on.
Kiki. I saw you on Kiki
I
Cast.
know. Yeah, that was fun just to talk about her experience with the gunshots.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
I
my
saw the
god.
clip that Inside Edition did on her. I was like, "Oh man, first of all, I want your
That was
autograph. Secondly."
so funny. So unintentionally funny. Like the way this guy is like leaning over her desk like a serious journalist. Like he's so excited that he gets to go into her apartment and be like, "Could you please reenact for me? I'll pretend that I'm," and he just duck down. And the commentary is so silly on it. It's like, she used her chair as a shield at one point. I'm like, no. I'm like, wait, yeah, you guys don't all have bulletproof podcasting chairs? What do you mean?
Mine is.
What do you mean?
I always have my bulletproof
Oh my fucking
podcast chair.
god.
Don't leave home without it.
I swear, like this kind of shit really makes me want to like get more guns. I feel like the longer I live, the more I just want to get more guns.
Yeah, in a
Honestly,
house
I
in the
feel
middle
the
of nowhere.
same.
Yeah.
I went to a gun range a couple days ago with my brother because he was doing a gun competition. For those in the chat that might know, called IPSC, and it made me like, oh, I should learn how to do this. This would be fun. And my brother goes, yeah, and you could just like the gun scene. Guys just love that so much. If a girl can shoot a gun, I'm like, oh, I see what you're
Ooh.
saying.
It is. Is it kind of hot? Does it make your pee-pee
kinda
stand up
hot.
and take notice?
I think guys, well, honestly, there was a girl there and I was just like, oh my God, she is really hot. Just like, she's fully safe. She has a jacket on because it's freaking cold in Canada. So
Yeah.
Oh, jealous. It's still hot here.
Can
Mhm.
anyone have guns in Canada? That's a dumb question, probably. I mean,
No,
people do, I'm sure. but
no,
Are they
you
legal?
need a license and then you need a background check to own certain types of guns. I'm sure there's legacy guns that you can have that are like relics, but if it's anything new, you have to have a license. And there's pretty strict laws now, like with handguns, you can't buy a new handgun.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Trudeau.
Thank you, Trudeau. Trudeau's for
Yay.
hoes. Yeah.
But in any case, since this is a show called That Time of the Month, I actually just thought you haven't had that time of the month in like 4 months.
I have not menstruated in months. It's actually pretty cool because I can just wear light colored underwear with wild abandon,
You
I
don't
You
have
wear
to
white
worry
pants
about
whenever you
it
want.
Oh,
getting
white pants.
destroyed.
After Labor Day, and I would be committing a major faux pas to wear white pants at this point. But
Hey,
yeah, I should
YOLO.
get some khaki pants and just
You should.
and
White
just
ones. Just
put
to
my
really, really mess with people. Get
just
white
yeah,
khaki pants.
just get white pants and then just like start putting my like knee up on places.
Oh my God. Chrissy, you should just have an OnlyFans and just do it for like the next 5 months for the pregnancy kink.
God. Yeah, be like, you like stretch marks? Yeah. Do you like hot flashes? Wait, no, that's
Oh,
menopause.
you like a swelling? Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You could also
Wanna-
you could get the feet people with that too, with like the swollen feet. You got
Oh
that's a 2 for
yeah.
one.
Want to watch me
That's super-
not fit into my pants or shoes? Want to watch me eat weird shit? This could be a lot of kinks. It could be mukbanging. It could be swollen feet. There are people with pregnancy fetish though.
Oh, yeah.
I had an ex-boyfriend who would watch pregnancy porn, and then he ended up getting a different, not me, another woman pregnant while we were dating. So I was like, well, then, how do you like that now, Brian? You jerking off to that? How do you like that? That's your life now.
Oh my god.
And now they're divorced, so it all worked out.
Oh, it all worked out. Well, he did do something pretty crappy, so
It
all's
worked
well
out
that
how it was supposed to.
Yeah. I'm loving. Is that your birthday necklace, Tugs?
Yes, it is. I don't know if I
Oh,
can
it's
get it super
pretty.
close. Yeah, I don't know
So
if I can get it
pretty.
close, but it's it's a heart with a rose gold rose. From the
Kiss
Disney,
from
there's
a
a company out there
rose
called
on
Enchanted, and they do like Disney themed jewelry without it being obvious, like a pair of Mickey ears or something. So this one is Belle with the rose. So it's really beautiful. And I love it.
I love that collection. We have that with People's Jeweler, and
Oh, yeah.
they have a bunch of cute rings. My one friend who's obsessed with Disney got an engagement ring, like a Beauty and the Beast engagement ring.
Oh, they're so
So
beautiful.
adorable.
Yeah,
But
they're gorgeous.
Ooh.
They're really good, pretty rings too. And
Yeah.
Tugs, are
necklaces.
you like an adult who goes to Disney World?
I am a Disney. Well, I'm not so much anymore, but I am a Disney
Okay,
adult, and
Disney adult.
I will be proud about it. Yeah, I
Can I ask
was a
what
Disney adult.
happened to you in your childhood to make you this way? Who
It didn't
hurt
happen.
you?
It
What
didn't happen.
happened?
You know what though? Growing up, as we only went to Disney once when I was a kid, and then as I got older, I actually when I worked at the Venetian, one of my best friends, she runs half marathons, and she talked me into training with her, and we went and did a half marathon on Disney property, and so it was like we were doing those all the time, and I was super in shape and skinny. It was the best years of my life, but we were doing all these half marathons, and so we would go to Disney all the time, and I used to work there, and so we had so much fun. But it's changed now. It's not the same. It's not the same at all.
That's
I
cool
mean,
that you worked at the Venetian.
Yeah, it was fun.
yeah.
Good time.
That's fun.
I could tell all kinds of stories that I'm not allowed to talk about on YouTube. But
Ooh, why did you sign an NDA?
no, they're just super inappropriate.
Oh, we should do this Tugs
Yes.
After Dark.
Yeah, Tad.
I
Oh
love
my
one.
God.
There's one, and I don't know if everybody else knows, but this one is as an easy one. It's fine. There's a statue in the Venetian front lobby, and it's like a the Italian naked women statues that are everywhere in Italy. But it's a fountain, and so she's naked, she's topless, and there is it's not true. People, stop it. But there is this weird urban legend rumor thing that if you climb it and you push one of the breasts, it opens up into like a secret tunnel, and that Sheldon Adelson, who owned it, was like a part of the Illuminati and like all this. I mean, it was wild. So you would see people
Go try and do it.
drunk and sober try like climbing in the fountain, like pushing on this boob.
Wow.
Did you
get it.
ever try it?
No.
Don't lie.
No, I did not. There are
Right.
tunnels that run under the Venetian for us employees, like our employee dining is under there and stuff. But this doesn't lead to like an
And-
Illuminati.
And also tunnels for the children, of course.
Oh, right, and the children,
Oh,
yeah, and the homeless people.
Ones, they have to be really small so
Uh.
that they can get around.
Wow.
The homeless people live in tunnels under the city. It's fine. It's fine. But no Illuminati tunnels.
I'm surprised there aren't more superheroes if that's the case. If there's all these homeless in tunnels, like there's no homeless
I
Batman,
know.
homeless.
Oh my
No, I know.
God. Like a
Man.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle team just waiting.
Yeah.
to-
Oh, that's
Maybe
really
that's who
cool.
made the boob a button. Was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Maybe that's who it was.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
all kinds
So
of
we
stories.
have Andrew Matthews for £2 says, is the baby going to be called half stationary mare?
You know, that is on our list of names. It's on our short list. Half stationary. I can't believe you guessed it. Kind of crazy.
What would you shorten that to?
Just half. Yeah.
Half. We got quarter black, so it could be half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it
You're
would be
both
like
white.
quarter. I guess it would be the baby could be called like quarter Nazi or like
Quarter
because I'm half German. Tugs, I love your matching autumnal sweater and thermos
Thanks.
It is
TJ
really
and
Maxx.
cute.
shirt. You're a vision.
I'm
you're
a basic
pumpkin
white
spice.
bee. I am
Your
a pumpkin spice
nails.
vision.
Look at your nails.
I'm a pumpkin
Look at
spice
mine,
vision.
too.
Aw,
Yes!
I'm feeling jealous. I wish I had my nails done now.
We are basic bitchin', and I'm so happy for it.
I
Oh,
know.
okay.
Have you partaken in any pumpkin spice this fall?
I have one on
I
my
have.
birthday. I got like this egregious
latte.
Starbucks drink for free.
I have had a chai latte. I have not partaken in pumpkin spice because part of being with child is that you become extremely paranoid about your caffeine intake, and then you're constantly looking up amounts of caffeine and everything. And that's been like the biggest change is just my normal routine would be like wake up, no water, just have scalding hot coffee down your throat, and then continue on like that for the rest of just no water ever, really. Literally scalding hot coffee from the moment I wake up till the moment my head hits the pillow. And it really made me realize like, wow, I just wasn't drinking water ever. So you can only have like 2 little cups a day. But I'm also reading this other book that I'm not even halfway through it yet, and I'm gonna be recommending it to everyone. And it talks about like the fertility drop off, and it's like for women who think like shit is gonna dry up and fall out at 30 years old, like it's so wrong because they actually go through and prove um I almost want to go get the book. So it's like they were saying basically if you get married between like 20 and 35, let's say you have a 100% chance from whatever the study was, 100% chance of like getting
Uh-huh.
pregnant, right? If you get married between 30 and 35, you have basically a 90% chance of getting pregnant, like based on the study that they did. And then they found if you get married after like at 40, basically the study that these women like this woman looked at, all of these studies, the drop off really happens after 40 and not after 30 like so many people are led to believe. And they said if you get married between 40 and 45, you have a 60% chance of getting pregnant, and that's without IVF. So the statistics that this woman discovered, it's like it blows your mind because so many people think like there's a
Well, that
panic.
makes me feel better.
There is like such a panic to like, oh my God, I
The
haven't
biological clock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I
Yeah.
wanna
Very
read this book now.
interesting.
It's so interesting, and I'll probably have to take pictures of that section of the book because it's like I think it would give
Tag
people a lot
all
of
the red
comfort.
people in
You
it.
Yeah.
should
All of
honestly,
them.
you should just get sponsored by this book and get like an affiliate code and just sell it
Yeah.
because
I wanna read it now. That makes me feel better. I'm 36 now. I feel very old.
Dude, my
yeah.
mom had me at 36. I was an old egg, and look how great I turned out.
You turned out
I
amazing.
love
Keanu was
it.
also an old egg. So, and people are living longer now. Like, people are younger now. Like, if you look at pictures of even like beauty pageants from decades and decades ago, like people
Mhm.
like our age all look younger than like the actual 20-year-olds did decades and decades ago. I
That's
mean,
fair.
within reason, right? Like if you live a hard life, of course it's going to show up, but
There's a lot
people
of magical things one can do to look young.
yes, like our parents, my God, my hair, one of my hairstyle that sounds high maintenance, one of my hairstylists.
One of them.
The one that's close by that where I go to her if I want to save money, and then I have one in the city if I like have a TV thing and I have to really look amazing. But she was smoked when she was pregnant with her kids, and she was like,
Oh,
"What
they
the
were
doc-"
doing
yeah,
crazy
she's
stuff.
like, the doctor said it was okay. The boomer ladies, they're not go. Of course, the food they were eating was less shitty for you, like it was like less preservatives, but like our moms weren't like looking at labels for things,
Uh-uh.
like being like, "Oh, I can't eat this. I can't eat this."
Oh my God, yeah.
There was less diligence. People weren't like going through all their products and like phasing out different product. You know what I mean? Like there's just I think more knowledge and more vigilance now.
Absolutely. Like there's so many foods you can't eat as a pregnant woman, but they say even like especially in the third trimester, if it makes you happier, if it's really driving you that crazy, you could do a little bit.
This book that I'm reading too, I'm not gonna do it, but it says like you could have a glass of wine
But you
every
could.
day and it
I was just
wouldn't.
gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok
And
video
it
about
breaks
that.
down why it doesn't affect the baby. It's like obviously if you're binge drinking and you're drinking faster than your body can process it, like it's actually goes into like your baby actually can break down alcohol. You obviously don't want to like test the boundaries of that, but they're basically like, yeah, if you have one a day, you're fine. And to me, I'm kind of like, what is the point? Like, unless I'm binge drinking, I really don't feel like
Yeah.
I'm drinking. So
Where's the fun? Unless I can finish the whole
where's
bottle, I
the
don't want
fun?
it.
Where's the fun in that? And like, yes, in a perfect fucking world, we'd all be pregnant at 25. But a lot of us take longer to get our lives together. A lot
Mhm.
of us pick bad men for years. A lot of us like have to work and pay bills. So
Yeah. And
it's
you get there eventually
yeah.
if you want it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what? I think it was an FNT or a Simcast. You had said that you were like a feminist when you were in college. which is
Hardcore.
wild to me. Like, how hardcore feminist were you?
Ugh. Short hair. Women's studies minor.
Oh, there we
Registered
go.
Democrat. I would go to I was a part of the Students for Social Justice Club. I went to like a couple of protests. I went in this thing. It was a Students for Social Justice Club, and we went in this van. We drove down to Georgia, I think, to protest the School of the Americas. I think it was an army base or something. I had no idea like what was going on. They told me it was bad, and they were all going to protest it. And there were a couple of cute guys in this club, and that really sold me. I was like, "Ooh, I get to be in a van for how many hours with these cute guys? Like, all right, let's do some
Oh no.
hand me a sign and a marker. Let's do this." And I just remember like they didn't really explain. They just were like, "Oh, it's bad. What they're doing here is bad. We have to protest it." And I remember I had to be like maybe a sophomore in college. I think I did it maybe sophomore, junior, senior year. And they were saying like, if you really, some people will be climbing over this fence, but they're definitely getting arrested. Like they're saying,
Dang.
and it was almost like if you did that, it was seen as like a cool thing to do. And I remember like being that age. And then you look at the fucking Antifa and people who do these stunts now, and it's like I remember being that age thinking I was doing like a noble, like cool thing.
Mm-hmm. You were
And
young,
yeah.
dumb.
Full of cum. No, I wasn't. I was not. That didn't come
You're
till
hoping to be.
3 months ago. So ew, never realizing. And that was before all this propaganda was on social media. Social media was just becoming a thing.
So it's probably
So
easier now to recruit people for these
oh,
types of events.
well,
So,
yeah, all the BLM people have become PLM people. It's all about Palestine now. They're just like recycling the same activists. Yeah.
it's like the next hot topic, which for me, I can see how yourself, I never went to do anything activism wise, like protest, but it's easy to fall into those. I don't even want to say it's trap, but just trying to find a social setting where you have friends and
Mhm.
this club seems like an easy way to make friends.
And it is tricky. It was like tricky for me to avoid being a feminist because like really all of my friends in college thought the same way as me politically. Like I can't think of there may have been some like right-leaning or Republicans at the college I went to, but that's the thing is I was a communications major. I was like in liberal arts classes.
Hmm.
I was minoring in either art stuff or women's studies. So I'm like I didn't even have the opportunity to like meet students who felt differently than me politically. So
Hmm.
I
And I
think that's
find
really they should take that into consideration, I think, when they're, like, planning curriculum and, like, class schedules for kids, but they won't.
they won't. It's a lot about money. And those types of institutions, well, just even in general schools, most young people end up being like liberal leaning until they get into the real world.
Yeah, until they
Like,
get a job, and they're like, "Oh, never mind."
taxes.
Yeah,
Never mind. I don't always get money from the government.
yeah,
And they got me quite a few times. They're like, "Oh, we'll help pay off your student debts if you vote for us." It worked.
yeah. Then you get older and you're like, "Oh, believing this that actually has no practical benefits." Like, you don't really get anything from it other than, like, cool liberal points, which do nothing in
Mhm.
the real world. It's
Mhm.
superficial.
So for you, how did you, I guess, going into the workforce, is that how you kind of discovered?
It really gosh, and, like, if I were joking about it, I'd be like, "Well, I was a feminist until I had to put that first air conditioning unit into the window by myself," and then you started being like, "Come back, man, I'm so sorry. I love you guys. What are you talking about? I need you
My
for
God,
this."
it's really hard to put a window air conditioning unit in. I know
And
because
then
I
or you
didn't
wanna
do
put
it.
together an IKEA bed. Good luck putting that together as a feminist. You're gonna be really fucked on that, and
You'll sleep with a mattress on the floor and the panels kind of around it.
it was honestly more through because, like, my first few years out of school, working a lot of random jobs. I was doing improv for 5 years and then eventually stand up. And when I think about it, it was kind of my move from improv to stand up that began like, because now improv is like it's theater games, it's past the clap. It's more like it taught me to like kind of be in my body and be funny. Like where else in your life are you going to get the opportunity to like get like someone's the instruction would be like, okay, like act as if you're an old tea kettle and you have to like personify this old tea kettle. Like, what do you smell like? How often have you been used? How often have you been cleaned out? What does your voice sound like? What does your physical stature look like? And improv is very cool for that. Like you're thinking outside the box. You're like personifying animals, furniture, even. It's like really gets you out of your head creatively and like you can play as an adult, which a lot of us don't get the opportunity to do ever unless you have kids. It was good for that. But when I started doing stand up, I started thinking about like what I wanted to say on stage and like what your message is. And they tell you, like, as a stand up, it's going to take you 10 years to find your voice, find your voice. And I like when you start out in stand up, you're like, what the fuck does that even mean? Find your voice. And it comes down to like, it's your brand, it's your message, it's your shtick, it's your point of view, really. Cause it's not enough to be funny. In stand up, it's like you're funny and what else? Like it's funny, you're funny and you're a motorcycle guy. It's like you're funny and you're a workout person, or it's like you know what I mean, you're a funny mom or you're a funny hairstylist. Like you need the something else to make you interesting, give you a point of view, and then that's where you begin to like find your fan base. Because
So you kind of had to do a lot of reflecting within to see kind of where you stood in comedy and kind of where you stood in life, I suppose, as well.
and it takes you years, because when you're like most comics some start in their teens, but most of us start in our 20s, and it's like you have very little life experience in your 20s, unless maybe you've been to the military or like had kids young or something, or you traveled the world. But like the average like 20-year-old from I guess the Northeast, it's like, okay, you went to high school, you went to college, now what? Or I had a lifeguarding job over the summer. Okay. It takes you a while to like live life and get a real like adult point of view on things before you can make adult observations that are funny. And it's just similar to like if you're only a New York City comic and you try to go on the road and all you have is subway jokes, like you're gonna lose everybody. Same thing if you're just like a kid in their 20s and you're like you go out on the road thinking like you make jokes just about college. It's like, all right, you're very much limiting who you can reach with that. So it just took like really knocking around for years, working, and it really was like after my mom died in 2018, I started doing appearances on Compound Media, which was known as like the Free Speech Network, and that was Anthony Cumia's network that he started after he separated from Opie, because Opie and Anthony were like the most iconic, legendary radio duo, like just right under Howard Stern in terms of fame and relevance. And then when they kind of broke up, he started Compound Media in I think 2016, maybe 2015, and then I joined in like 2019. And it really was through those appearances that I kind of realized like, and honestly, I'll contribute a big part of it to conversations with Larry Sharp, who I will say, yeah, gold pilled me. He was a libertarian. He ran for, I think, governor. He ran for governor of New York City.
Wow.
I think maybe 2018 or something like that. And it was through talking with him, I realized like, oh shit, like maybe I'm more like libertarian. And I felt this strange, like I really didn't want to give up the title of who I thought I was, like my classification. I'm like, but voting Democrat is cool. Like I love the gays. I love the art.
That's the thing. I love like the freedom in that sense, like to be who you want to be. And that part was the cool part. And then to feel politically more aligned with the I guess blue side, the right side. I don't know which wing, but
Yeah.
it felt like a huge change, I'm sure, for you.
Yeah, it really did. And you take so many of these tests, like, what am I? Okay, so Larry Sharp was the 2018 and 2022 New York governor candidate. So not New York City, just for New York State. And you take a bunch of these tests and you see, like, you grow up a little and you see where your values really lie. And Yeah, and honestly, like a huge. I mean, I've been with Frank. It'll be 9 years in November, and like just those last 9 years have been so crucial to like my sort of like political,
Development.
cultural development. Yeah, and you're just
Yeah.
like growing up, and you're seeing how the world really works. And like when I first met Frank, I was like barely into YouTube. He was more kind of listening to people like Steven Crowder, and I was just like starting to wake up from my like liberal hibernation.
Yeah.
And
And you were
so
getting into comedy or the stand-up
yeah.
comedy at that point, right? Because that's how you guys met, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, he had booked shows, with a comedy partner in Westchester, and I had done a couple, and, I actually met him while I was still with my ex, but I was, like, so afraid because I was, like I liked him right away, but I was so afraid to, like, be seen talking with him because, like, my ex was, like, bit controlling, and, so I had to just I remember there was a time we were talking at a roast, and he was gonna come meet me at the roast, but I was, like, talking to Frank, and I very quickly, like, turned it to business, and it's almost like I was trying to pitch my then boyfriend at the time to him, but really I just was, like I was so afraid of being yelled at just for talking to this person, but I
God.
was, like I
Mhm.
really liked him, and I was, like, very paranoid of just, like, getting in trouble and all that, so he was, like, on my radar, but then he came to the show that I hosted in the city, Comedy at Stonewall, in 2014 in November, and he came to, like because he would come in regularly to scope out talent that he would book up in Westchester. It was, like, really good because a lot of bookers don't do that. They just sort of, like, book whoever's around
The
locally or
known
who they
people,
know, and
yeah.
he would go out of his way to, like, see who was performing at all the top clubs, and book those people. So he was very good.
That's pretty cool actually for
It
him to
was
do that.
it was
Yeah.
very cool.
I
Yeah.
That's very interesting that, I guess your last relationship before Frank, filing cabinet, that he it sounds like there were some red flags that you
Oh,
were
all the red flags. More red flags than a Thanksgiving Day parade. More red flags more red flags than a Chinese gymnastics team. It
Oh my god.
was nothing but red flags. It was like and I was colorblind. Ah, yeah,
D
but he was another stand-up comic, and everything there's a reason for everything, even stupid decisions, but I was brand new in stand-up, and he was much, much older and, like, a veteran stand-up comic, and he thought I was just so funny, and that was, like, so much validation, and it made me feel, like, good about myself, so and, like, there was, like, the love bombing and all that, if you know about, narcissists or
Mhm.
alcoholics or anything like that, like, it just was the strain like, this met me in a point in my life where I like, all that validation, like, really,
Meant a lot.
connected me to him, so but
Mhm.
we were not it was
Mhm.
not a good partnership.
Yeah. It's always so interesting when you talk to girls and like Tugs and I've had many chats about just, you know, having the horse blinders on to so many things and the hope of stuff happening just because you spent a lot of time with them and all the good times were really good when they were good, but then the bad times are bad when they
Yes.
were really bad. So
And you romanticize the good parts, and you tell like, you become fixated on either the potential of the relationship or right, just the good parts. You hang in there for what you think it could be, but what you really need to do is look at it for what it is.
the whole entirety
Yeah,
of it. Mhm.
yeah.
And that happens a lot. I don't know if I can equate it to, just one thing. It's youth, immaturity, self-confidence. I'm sure there's a lot of other words out there, but those are the ones that I knew for myself that is reasons why I've stayed in relationships when the red flags were shown
Yeah,
early.
and I look back and, of course, I was an adult making my own decisions, but I almost wish I had, like, a close friend or, like, a family member, like, with my ex be like, "Hey, why are you with this person? What does he do for you? What are his strengths? Like,
Yeah, but would you have
what are your
listened to him?
fights about?" Eh,
That's the
Yeah.
hard part, would
That's
you?
the
Because
hard part.
I
I
Would you have
know.
listened?
Looking
Yeah.
back, it's just like,
You know,
it was so clear that it wasn't a good fit. I just don't know why the
yeah.
fuck I stayed so long.
I saw Allie, so this girl I follow on TikTok, her name's Allie Yost. One of her first videos that ever went viral. She was like, I overheard these girls talking to each other. And she was like, you didn't see the red flags because it's pointed right at you. So she's like, so picture a flag, right? You're standing to the side of a flag and it waves like this. You can see it. It's beautiful. It's majestic. It's a flag. It's pretty. But when it's standing still, it's pointing right at you. It almost disappears because it's a thin piece of fabric. You can't see it. So your friends and family can see it over here because they're standing on the sidelines, but it's pointing directly at you. And I was like, huh, that's actually a really good analogy. She's not wrong.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I could go back, I would be a bit more. I'd keep my pants on a lot longer.
Yes. Oh my God. If there are young women listening to this podcast, I'm speaking to the women between the ages of, sure, I'll say 18,
20 and under.
28, even. Like,
All
I'm
30
telling
and
you,
under.
ladies, listen to me. There are 4 to 5 types of dick out there. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to do many rounds. You know what I mean? Like,
It all gets
if
the
you've
same
if
eventually.
you've
You don't
hooked
have
up,
to see them all.
if you've hooked up with 10 guys, you've seen it all. Like, you don't need to keep you don't need several rounds because you're gonna start to see repeaters, gals, and you're gonna be like, oh, that wasn't worth it. That was like number 2, or that was like number 3. Like, oh, that was like a couple of number 1s. That, like, you'll just guys are not that much different. You know, I'm talking about sexual experiences. I'm not talking about like personalities, and which is why, like, hold off on the sex because it's really, most of them are not gonna blow you away. Most of them are gonna be bad to average, and it only gets good when you find someone who you vibe with, who have the same values with, who like loves you for you as the person. That's what I would tell young women. It's like, and of course it's like you're gonna see a hot dude and like no one can convince you to back off of that. Sometimes a wise woman once said you can't fight the moonlight, but don't feel the need to like get up in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s with your number, you know.
It's not. It doesn't feel worth it afterwards, especially in the end. Although it does feel good at the time. But you know, if you can't remember it,
a lot of it's
weeks
not
later,
memorable. A lot of it's not.
Yeah.
Most of it is bad, honestly.
95% is probably bad unless there's, I mean, like, if there's love behind it or actual mental attraction.
Yeah. When I look back to like my dating life and the good sexual experiences I had, it was because of me. It was because I was involved. I was there running the whole factory by myself. Do you know what I mean? And sure, I was putting in the 10,000 hours. I was getting to expert level, but like it wasn't these dudes like knowing what to do. It was like I was good at it. Was like we had fun in bed because I was good in bed. It wasn't like they were doing anything otherworldly.
Oh my God.
It's like having a fucking all-star on a little league team. It's like, of course you're gonna hit a few home runs.
By mistake. And as long as you know how to work your body.
One person can pull a whole team into the finals, you know?
So I have a JB05 for $5 saying, take a shot every time Chrissy says
autumnal.
What does that even mean?
What? This blows me away how few adults don't know the word autumnal and use it regularly. Pumpkin spice lattes are autumnal.
Yeah.
A fall display on a doorstep with a stalk of hay and pumpkins. That is a certain
color orange.
An autumnal display. Yeah,
this whole color.
Seasoned.
Okay. Autumnal.
An autumnal shade of underwear.
Oh wow. Within reach.
Yeah, it's right.
Those are cute. I want some. Those are cute.
No, these are not. I have no autumnal bras at the right now.
I need a cute shelf like that to hold my bras in.
I have an autumnal sports bra. It's like that burnt orange color. Like that longhorn orange.
I don't have any. Oh, I have pumpkins that are
bathing
autumnal.
Suit is actually autumnal.
Ooh, I love that color.
It actually still smells like chlorine and bleach, which is my favorite smells ever.
Really? Oh,
I was a diver, and it brings back. It's like happy memories.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so now I know autumnal. Thank you. Everyone can take a shot except Chrissy. I know. Oh my God, being sober and the DD, permanent DD for like the next couple months.
Woo!
Does that suck?
It's crazy. It's crazy. This is the longest I've gone without drinking, and it's only been a couple months. But you get over it real quickly. You're like, all right, it's not even an option. So what's next?
What do I do?
Non-alcoholic drinks.
Like, wow, I have to do something else to deal with life's stressors. And it's really hard too because I used to love to take scalding hot baths, X-ray girl. Like I'm talking hot enough to boil a lobster. That is what I really love to do. I would turn on like all the way hot, let
You
the
can't do
whole bathtub
that.
fill up with scalding hot. I would get in. This bath would be so fucking hot, and I'd do bubbles, Epsom salt, well, all of it, like all the things, and it would be so hot. And I would do this like as often as I could, like once a month, maybe or twice a month. So hot that when I got out of the bathtub, it felt like I was gonna pass the fuck out. Like I had to lay
Oh
down.
my god.
It was so
Lacey, relax.
That
I had
sounds
to
like
dr-
perfect.
I had to drink water and had to put something cold on my head. And every time without fail, I would get out of the bathtub and be like, I'm gonna fucking pass out. I had to
Yeah.
lay down, like kind of wet. And then I get it together. I go back into the bathroom, blow out the candles, empty the bath. And that was my routine. And I can't do that. They go, oh, you can take a lukewarm. Who wants to take a
What's
lukewarm
the point? I'm
bath?
gonna freeze.
Lukewarm anything. It sounds
Yeah,
horrible.
that sounds terrible.
Can you dip your feet in hot water, or is that still a no-no?
I think you can. You can't just they just don't want your core getting over.
You're gonna cook the baby.
Yeah.
You will boil your baby. You will give
Comes
birth
the
to
baby
a
barbecue.
lobster.
Oh my god. I'm
Your
just
baby will have a
imagining
tan.
I'm imagining you after these baths where your body is probably as red as your hair.
Yep.
And if you've had like
Sweating. Yeah.
you probably have a bit of wine or a White Claw or
Oh,
something while
yeah.
you're in the bath too.
Doing
Sounds
all
like
the
a
wrong
great-
things. And this is after just never drinking water for my whole life. So it's wines and claws and scalding hot baths until I pass out and then regain
Those are the best
consciousness.
baths, though. Oh my god, they're so
Uh-huh.
good.
But you feel so relaxed. It's like
It feels so good. It's like your body is jello
yes, it's
after
like
a hot
wrung
bath, and I
out.
don't need to move, and I'm just like you climb out of the bathtub like I don't even know if I could stand up.
It's the best.
It was good times, good times.
Yeah, can't do that. Yeah, no coffee, no baths, no booze,
No alcohol, no sushi.
alcohol. Sushi, I can live without. Actually,
No,
Certain
that'd be so
face
bad.
creams you can't use. No vitamin A.
yes, you can't do retinol, retinoids. You can't do AHAs. Obviously, you can't do like Botox or fillers. Not like I was really doing that to begin with, but like you have to halt all that. But I was
salicylic acid. You can't have that.
right. I like stopped using basically everything I was using and had to get different stuff.
Beef tallow.
A lot of baby products you could use though, which is kind of nice at the very least.
Yeah, and they also make me feel young.
For babies. Look, honey, I'm a baby.
I'm a baby. There's like a doctor, I think it's called Dr. Bronner's, like Castle soap or something. It's like a big one. Yeah, you could go fragrance free, but I usually just do like no phthalates, no, like there's certain just chemicals you try to stay away from. And then you just get on websites that basically go, okay, here's our list of pregnancy safe products, and then you just sort of go from there.
Hello. Well, we have Cecil has a small pee-pee in the chat.
Oh.
For 109 ladies, can you help a little guy out there? Which little guy, Cecil or his small pee-pee? I feel like Chrissy's got the technique down.
I got you. I'll help you out. It'll
Why
be
does
any moment now. Oh, there you go.
Why is it pointing down? Or maybe they're laying down. They're laying down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cecil, I can't believe he's so small. It's like a little Asian. And Cecil's not Asian, so I don't know what went wrong.
Not that I know of.
Not that we know. Maybe he's a quarter Asian, just in his pee-pee. Oh, Big Raj for $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, Big Raj. We were doing a did you watch the Cheesecake Factory video that went viral?
I saw this image.
Yes. Yes. Now, I thought there would be like things that I would
Oh,
say
wait, was this when the woman was in the car and he like
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
wouldn't get out of the car because she was at a cheesecake factory?
Yeah. I feel like this is the reason this list exists. So there are a
But
few
this
things that I wouldn't do on this list, funnily
Me
enough.
too. Me too.
let's see. I
We can
mean,
go through them
there's
slowly.
yeah, let's go through them because there's things I've done and then there's things I would not advise people do today.
Yeah. So this is for those who are actually watching. Group of ladies make a list of places men shouldn't take them on their
Look at
first date.
notice how men is put in
That's what I
quotes.
In quotes.
That is
What does that mean?
men.
It's a subtle dig.
And so here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on for a first date. And thank you to the ladies who reached out and helped me with my list. So the first one's Cheesecake Factory. I would be okay with this personally. I love Cheesecake
Yes.
Factory.
It's
Yes.
great. It's got a ton of options. They do great salads. You don't have to be a cheesecake person to enjoy
To
the
find
Cheesecake
something.
Factory.
Yep.
Yeah, they have a ton, they have a gigantic menu. It's like a fucking novel. Like if you can't find
Yep.
something you like at Cheesecake Factory, then you're the problem.
Yeah. And
Yep.
when I do takeout, I usually order the kids meal, and that's like the perfect size for me. I love the
Ooh.
kids. Ugh, so good, so good. So I think we're all in favor of Cheesecake Factory. Applebee's, I've never been, but I probably would be
Yes.
okay.
I love Applebee's. Applebee's has $5 or they have dollar margaritas right now. I mean, they're little.
They do a
margaritas.
happy hour. They do
Oh, yeah.
happy hour apps. It's like a TGI Fridays. It's totally fine.
Ah,
Yeah, I
cool,
love
cool.
Applebee's. We just went to Applebee's yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Ah. I don't know what Chili's is, but I probably would be okay with it.
Chili's
I
is
know.
nicer.
background.
It's like a bit more like a little more going on than an Applebee's.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's
I
like
Chili's a
fast
lot.
Okay.
casual.
They have the
Yeah.
best nachos.
Okay. Okay. Chipotle. I would absolutely not want to go.
Okay, if it's
It's
a
not
lunch
my
date,
favorite.
if it's a lunch date, Chipotle is fine.
Yeah. No. They're quick. It's you're in and out within an hour right when you get there in order.
And who knows? Both people might love Chipotle or love Mexican food or just want to fuck up a burrito bowl. Who knows?
I personally love Chipotle. First date wouldn't be my favorite, but I wouldn't say like, no, I'm not going.
Yeah. Actually, maybe Chipotle is the move because the farts will keep you from going further sexually than you want to.
Oh, like a chastity
By
belt.
the time the burrito hits your digestive system, it should be time to go home.
Same if you go to Taco Bell.
Like a timed date. Yeah.
I love it. Before it starts erupting, you need to leave now.
Right,
You're
because
kind of like Cinderella.
Yes, it really is. It's like modern day Cinderella because I've done dates where I go, okay, I'm not gonna shave my legs. That's gonna be my buffer. You know, I'm gonna wear weird days of the week underwear on the wrong day of the week. Guess what, ladies? None of those things work ultimately in the end.
No, because men don't
Yeah.
care. They
No.
literally do not care.
You don't want to be going, sexually at each other while you're farting.
They don't care that it's Friday, but your underwear says Tuesday. They're not even gonna notice.
They don't look for those things.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with Olive Garden if you guys are.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Unlimited breadsticks, unlimited salad.
I love their salad.
When you're here, your family, it's good. It's But
Yeah.
again, if you're a bougie princess queen, then you probably would not be fine with all of these. Yeah.
No, all of them. Yeah. I'm not that bougie. Now, the sixth one is the one I wouldn't do. Not because
The
I'm
movies?
bougie, but it just means that we're not talking and I can't judge who you are.
Ooh.
Yeah, now dinner in a movie is different.
I think if you're autistic, the movies is a good idea because you don't have to do eye contact, you don't have to do conversation, and you both might be really into that movie genre. And if you go to a place like the Alamo Draft House, you can order food and it comes right to your seat.
Oh yeah, we got one of those
it?
here.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we got
so
one of those here
cool.
too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I need to
And they
find
got
these
like good boozy
fancy
drinks
places.
too.
Oh yeah.
And you can order multiple times throughout the movie, or
Yes. Oh, constantly. You can constantly get your popcorn refilled. You can order like a boozy milkshake.
that is amazing. I want to go there.
Oh, it's so good. We went to the Alamo Draft House to see Barbie, and then they let us live stream from the lobby right after.
Oh,
That's
that's why you
cool.
looked like you were in a cramped little like
Yes.
cubby. That makes so much sense. Okay. So it sounds like would you guys personally say yes? You would do
To
the
the
movies
movies?
for your first?
Yes. Because that's also like an old person first date too. Like that's a classic. I mean, anybody older than 30 has probably done a movie date. But it's like, okay,
Mm,
your first date is the first. I think it's movies is very low impact because there's not a lot of pressure on your conversation. You can just see how you feel in someone's company. And I also feel like if you're teenagers or something, or like 20s, young 20s, a movie might be like a sweet, like, all right, we're just hanging out, you know.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there we go. There we go. So now the next one I would refuse. Absolutely hard refuse your house.
Oh, yeah, no, heck no, not on first date. No way.
Co-
No way, Jose.
Safety.
It's a trap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's absolutely a trap. Don't do it. Even this person has a very nice house. I'm sure you'll see their house eventually.
Mhm.
Because most houses have beds in them. And
Oh, that too. That too. That's the no-go zone, especially for the first date.
once you're in a house, it's like, guess what? You're steps away
Your
from a
pants
bed.
are off.
Right.
uh okay, any fast food chain restaurant?
Again, like I love Taco Bell.
Me too.
It depends. It really depends what the rest of the date is like. If you're picking up fast food and then going for a walk in the park or going to a museum or going to play like beach volleyball or something. If it's just fast food, that's I think I would say you could do better than that. But if it's fast food and something else,
And a scene, like,
yeah,
yeah. I
activity.
can see that. I can see that. Would I say absolutely no? I would say no to going in the restaurant and only sitting in the restaurant and leaving, maybe.
Yeah.
Because that I'd rather there's a lot of other hole in the wall places that are cheaper than fast food restaurants that are better
If
for
you are
food.
worried, right, about price, I would say you're better off doing like going to like a deli or something or a grocery store and getting that kind of food and like doing like a picnic date rather than taking them to
Yes.
fast food.
But that's just my thoughts. I'd rather
Yeah.
picnic than a fast food restaurant. But if
Yeah.
it's just location wise, sure. What
And
that's
if you're
fine.
doing, most people you would think fast food because it's cheap, but like there really are
Not cheap.
decent cheap options. Do coffee and a walk in the park, you know what I mean? Like that's better than fast food. Do a dessert and a walk in the park. Do something do just a happy hour, a couple of drinks, and then your first date should be low impact anyway. It should be like just a happy hour drink and then
Yeah.
call it kind of early.
Yeah. I
Or a
always
lunch
like a
date.
shorter date just in
Mhm.
case you don't actually vibe.
Yeah, always have somewhere to be. Maybe it's another date, but don't tell him that.
Don't do that.
Like, can we wrap this up? My 9:00's gonna be here soon.
He's gonna take your seat, so make sure you clean up on your way out.
No, I mean, yeah, we're going to the place next door, but I gotta be early.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
I
never
love
liked
B-dubs.
I've never liked it. But that's
B-dubs
my
would be
first
fun.
call.
B-dubs would be fun. Like I like B-dubs as if for like a casual bar kind of date if you wanted to do that because I would recommend sitting in the bar area depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, I like their food. It's
I
reasonably
wouldn't eat the
priced.
wings.
Like their
Ugh.
wings are good. And you have a two for here because if both of you are into sports, like that was a thing
True.
that you guys
That's true. That's true.
liked together, you could be like, "Hey, let's go to B-dubs. Like, we'll grab some dinner and some drinks and watch the
Look
game."
at you, Tugs, calling it B-dubs, like you have
B-dubs.
You
a
know what? I've
like you
never
have a
heard
punch
it.
card to this place.
That's what we call it on the West Coast over here.
Oh,
B-dubs.
Oh,
Where
okay.
indeed.
I'm gonna include Wingstop with Wild Wings because it sounds like they're like the same.
Well, Wingstop's a fast food.
Oh, is
more.
it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never heard
B-dubs
of that.
is a sit down.
Yeah, B-dubs is
Oh.
B-dubs is a
Yeah,
sit down.
Texas Roadhouse is good too.
love
Ooh, I'd
Texas
like that.
Roadhouse.
Yep.
What are the other ones? Yeah.
I don't know.
The hot dog cart is still safe. Hey, that's a very New York thing to do there, the hot dog
Oh,
cart.
and Toronto. Red Lobster. I'd be down for Red Lobster
Yes,
personally.
the cheddar biscuits are
I-
so good.
Yes.
The cheddar
Yes.
biscuits are good. I find the rest of the food overrated, in my opinion, but I
For
wouldn't say no
sure.
to it.
I wouldn't go there for their lobster, even though
Yeah,
it's called Red Lobster. A buffet.
depends.
I probably would end up being like a glutton, and I would not want to go on a first date for myself
not
personally
Go
to a buffet.
Do not go to Golden Corral. It depresses me. If you want to be depressed, go to a Golden Corral on Father's Day.
Is that
just
like a
generally.
country bar or like what is that?
No, it's just like I really just don't like it. It's gloomy. It's just like I think a low quality buffet. It's like, yeah, there are a lot of
Okay.
options, but like nothing in there is gonna
Listen, a buffet, I think, is for at least a second or third date, or if you guys are
Mhm.
starting to establish something, and here's why.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to be able to have a partner in crime. Okay, because you've got to
Oh,
take
that's
some
true.
food home. All right, this is how we do this. All right, we don't skip here at buffets. Okay, the girl brings the purse with the tuppies
Oh
at the
wow.
bottom of the purse, and you go there, and you have to be subtle, and you have to have a good partner in crime, and you just don't know that on the first date. All right, that's at
You
least a
sound like
second date thing.
my mother. I love it.
Puppies.
Because you have to do
Puppies.
it, so he doesn't snitch. All right.
I think you should change
Uh-huh.
him to that Tup Life.
That tough.
Listen, I would not cannot confirm nor deny that I may or may not have taken crab legs from a buffet one
Wow.
time.
Oh my god. I mean, hey, yeah,
You gotta
it's
really
got to be worth your money.
cram those in to get the lid on.
What about IHOP? That's breakfast, right?
Ooh.
I'd be down for
IHOP
that.
and Denny's are for when you're
Yeah.
completely wasted at 3 in the morning. Everybody knows this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same
So
thing.
depending
IHOP
on
and
how your
Denny's
date goes, yeah.
is drunk food for sure.
Yeah.
So if
Okay.
you do dinner and then you get wasted afterwards, your date's going really well, then yeah, you have breakfast.
Yes. If you've been out all night long, you know it's been going real well.
Yeah.
This is one I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do for a first date, the gym. But because I like to be in my own zone.
Yeah, you don't want to. Well, I do post videos of me working out, but no, unless I don't know, you're dating a trainer, and the trainer's like helping you with your workout thing, and it's like, oh well, it's got to be like a workout and maybe something else. Like we're gonna work out and then we're gonna go somewhere else, or I don't know, you're gonna go run in the park and then go for like dinner or something.
Oh, I just thought, okay, so if I was a runner, I'm not. Go for a run in the park. And in Toronto, there's a doggy park there. You could just stop where the dogs are running around off leash, and it'd be so cute. That would probably be my only thing.
Take your date to a fucking dog park. Are you kidding me? It's free.
Mm-hmm.
Pet all the dogs.
You don't even need a dog yourself.
Oh my god, that's the best.
Back
I
to this
would
one.
sometimes go to dog parks by myself when I worked in the city on my lunch hour. I'd just go hang out and they'd be like, "Which one's yours?" And I'd be like, "I gotta go."
It's somewhere. Oh, it's gone. Let me go find
Yeah.
my dog.
Let me go find one. I'll be back. The gym,
Uh,
yeah, it's probably weird. I would say the gym is a little weird because
it's a little-
if you're not, odds are one of you like is probably not going to be as into working out as the other one.
I think
So-
unless you're on the same level of working out, like you
Yes.
guys are both
It's not
bodybuilders
as-
or you're both CrossFit people or
Or
whatever, then
both
like
like
yeah.
brand new, and you're like, we're gonna fucking lose weight and
Yeah,
have
there you
and
go.
be fucking and be even hotter together.
Okay. I agree. I agree on that. But yeah. So the next one, I would not go to church because I'm not religious. So that would be like kind of a weird first date for me.
How do you
I
even go
mean-
on a date with church? Like, what does that even mean? I have
If you're a church person, odds are I think you're gonna meet a woman at church. You could definitely do church events to meet somebody, but once you've met that person, get away from the church. Go out into the world. Go eat a meal of food. I think, yeah, a church date, unless it's like you are setting up a church event together.
Oh,
But
that
then
would be kind of cute.
there's got to be like a something else.
They also have like rapport already at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It would feel weird for like a Tinder date to go to a church for the first time.
yeah.
Yeah. Before we continue, I know Tugs.
Yes,
We
I'm
have to
so
get
sorry.
going.
I have to cut out of my own stream early. I'm so sorry. I've lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something, I don't remember what it was. But Chrissy, I'm so glad to have talked to you. I
Oh,
missed your face.
feel better, Tugs. I can't
Oh,
believe you're even on at all. You
I
sound
know.
like
sound like I'm dying, I know, but I wanted to be here for you because I
oh,
missed your face, and
I miss you too.
yeah.
We don't
Anyway.
see each other enough.
I know.
No.
Golly.
It's funny, X-ray girl, in your message to me, you're like, "We're going live. Tugs Oh, it's okay, now I get it, 'cause you wrote Tugs has a timeout. Like, I thought you had put her in a timeout. I was like nervous getting on. I'm like, Tugs is here. I'm like, "Okay, I guess she's not in her timeout anymore." And then I was like,
It would
"What did
not be
she
the first time she's put me
what
in
did
a
she
timeout.
do?"
Go tit, you know? It happens. I am in half a thought. I probably was talking to Tugs at the same time as typing, so I don't mommy Tugs around.
It wouldn't be the first time she's put me in timeout, and it probably won't be the last, let's be
Get in
honest.
your corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Get
right.
out
Tugs, you're
what
being
she said.
crazy. Calm
Couldn't
down.
feel it. All right, ladies, I will see you both later. You guys have a wonderful
Wait.
night.
Wait, look at my
What?
goat socks.
Oh,
That
those are
makes me think
cute.
of the
You
Taylor
like
Swift
seeing
song.
Oh, with the
The goat. Ah! Yeah, so cute.
You're
I
so
love
good.
it.
I won't stop till I have one of every animal.
I love it. What animals don't you have? I feel like we need to go on a
Yeah,
hunt
we
now.
need to know.
Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing, but my animal sock journey is just beginning. Like, I might
So you need them all. Got it.
I might only just have, like, Halloween and some Christmas socks at this point.
Ooh,
And now
we're gonna get you some more. Now that we know a direction,
I'm
socks.
branching out, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Tugs, where can people find you?
I am on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram, that Tug Life. And I will be doing streams as much as I can this week. November 6th, I'm going to be moving to Texas. So I may not be streaming too much.
Wow.
Yeah, we just found out a couple days ago, so I made my big announcement today. But yeah, so we will
Cool.
I'm taking my home on the road, Chrissy. We're gonna pack it up
Wow.
and drive it. I'll
That's
take
so
That road
pictures for
life.
exciting.
you. It's gonna be great. So, but
I'm
yeah, but
excited to
I'm
see
on
those.
all of the things. Well, not all the things, but I'm on those things. And yeah, I don't have anything super exciting other than moving coming up. But and then
That's cool.
31st, are we still streaming?
Yes, Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah,
Spooky stream.
spooky.
Halloween.
So
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Nice and
All
easy.
right. Thank you for being here, Tugs.
Thanks for having me.
Tugs.
Oh wait, this is my show. I'm supposed to be
I was
here,
about
right?
to
Love
say,
you
yeah,
guys. Bye.
sure. Sure, we'll go with that. All right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. So where were we on this list here?
Okay, we were at the gym.
Church.
Oh, church.
Starbucks.
Right. Starbucks.
Yes. Hell yes. I love a good coffee date.
Especially if you're like, again, like, you don't want to spend a lot of money. You can get a lot of fancy shit at Starbucks. You can get a little snack plate. You can get breakfast sandwiches.
I always say this is like a good test. You can get a coffee, feel it out for half an hour, maybe an hour, and have your day cleared for the most part the next few hours. And if you're feeling it, you see if they want to extend the date. And if you're not, you'll be like, oh, sorry, I have work.
It's perfect because
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
even if one of you is not a coffee person, you can get smoothies, you can get fancy tea stuff, you can get the dragon thing, the pink thing, the purple thing.
Ooh, those splashes. Is it splashes? I don't know. No, it's
The
not
refreshers.
Refreshers, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are really good actually. Okay, so we kind of covered coffee date. Ice cream dates. Hell
Ooh,
yes.
hell yeah. Ooh.
Just make sure it's summer. And yeah, for sure I would be down for that. Ooh, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh God. Okay. It was my mom's favorite flavor, and it has nostalgic value to me because she was always afraid of my dad kind of calling her fat. Like, she had some weight to lose, but she wasn't like a workout type. She would always hide Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream in a plastic bag and hide it in the freezer and eat it after my dad went to bed. And she'd be like, "Here, come have some. Don't tell dad about this." And it's so damn good. It's definitely like one of my all-time. I mean, classic, a good vanilla is really good. I don't like a lot of shit in my ice cream, really. Like, if I'm feeling nostalgic, anything from like an old school good humor truck, like a creamsicle, an eclair, those wrestling superstar like cookie pops.
Oh,
If I'm really feeling old school, yeah, like a fucking fudgesicle.
oh,
Um,
fudgesicle. I like just even getting the twist cone for like a soft serve.
ooh, or
Those are
like,
so good.
oh, a twisty, yeah, like a twisty soft serve. I can't have soft serve right now. Isn't that crazy?
What's in soft serve that you can't
Uh,
have?
they're worried about the machines maybe carrying listeria, and that's another reason why you can't have soft cheeses or,
Oh
I
my
think it's just
goodness.
soft ice cream. Yeah. Choco Taco, yes! I think a
Oh,
lot of places don't sell that anymore.
oh, my favorite places, as long as they have Kawartha Dairy, which is kind of a local provincial company, and they have strawberry with real strawberry chunks in it. Oh, it's so
Oh, that's
good. It is so
good.
creamy.
That's really good.
Now I
Wow.
want ice cream.
I also really love Ralph's Ices. I don't know if they have them out in Canada, but
Ralph's
there was a
Ices.
summer where I think I tried almost every flavor. They have cream ices, they have water ices, just like it's basically like it's not as thick as ice cream. It's like an Italian
Oh,
ice,
like
but
a
they're fancy.
gelato.
Yeah, kind of,
Oh my
yeah.
god. If you took me out on a gelato date,
Yeah.
oh
Right,
my
that's
gosh.
another thing too, if you don't wanna spend a lot of money, do ice cream or
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Mhm, mhm. They're great options. Absolutely great options. Let's see. The next one, family functions. No, I don't wanna do it. No.
Well,
Mm-mm.
well, well, let's say you're older and someone has a kid and it's like, "Sorry, I can only do this day. Do you wanna come watch my kid's soccer game? Do you wanna come?" That's like low pressure.
Okay, soccer game I would do, but if it was like a family member's birthday with all the
No,
cousins,
that's a
aunts,
lot.
uncles, mom, dad, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess a game is not really a function.
I would definitely do
God, but
games. Yeah.
what if you're just a huge family and your dad's like, "I gotta see this man," you know what I mean? And he, like, greets you at the door with a revolver and, like, a rifle or something.
I guess it depends on the family. I
Yeah.
know, like, maybe a few families just, within my one hand that I would say that would maybe be an okay first date. You don't know that
Mhm.
going in if it's, like, the other person's family.
Family function.
I
It could
wouldn't do it with
be
my family.
it's high stakes because if it doesn't work out, let's say you hit it off with other family members, but you don't hit it off with the chick. Yeah, maybe not. I would say not because you don't wanna start getting attached and, you don't wanna look like you're overstating the person's importance either.
Yeah.
Like, you bring
Mhm.
someone to start meeting family, like, that's you're serious with
There
this
there's
person.
there's some commitment in that
Yeah.
action, so yeah, yeah,
First date, unless it's like you've known them for a year again, like, but I would say no.
for movie night, I equate that to a house date
I
as
do
well.
equate that to movie night, unless it's like movie night at the Alamo Draft House. That's a movie.
Yeah, we're not doing any Netflix and chill here.
Yeah, no Netflix and chill because guess what? You're gonna be near a bed and you're gonna get wrapped up in a situation. Oh, I don't have a couch. Oh, I just
Come
rent
lay
this
down over
room.
here
Oh,
where
I
the
don't
big
have
screen TV
yeah.
is.
Oh, look, the only place to sit is my bed. Look at that.
Oh, come over here. It's comfier on this side of the bed. There's more
Yeah.
pillows.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
That's another trap. If you
Mhm.
like movies that much, go to the damn movie theater.
Yep. Yep. So the next one, somewhere that requires a long drive.
Well, you might be driving a long ways to date this person to begin with, so it depends. Like, you might be driving an hour. Like, when Frank and I first started dating, he would drive easily an hour to come see me, so
Oh, see, I'd be okay with
yeah.
that. I was thinking that they would have to pick you up and drive somewhere. And unless you know this person, I would say don't go in someone's car.
No, because they're gonna think you're taking them out back to fucking bury them.
Yep. Yep. That's immediately what I think.
Like,
If I'm
what's with the shovels? What are we doing on our date?"
Why is there a shovel and gloves and this
Yeah.
big huge knife here? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I would
Uh
say no unless, like, I don't know, again, it's like, wow, we both really want to go to this Taylor Swift concert together. I happen to have an extra ticket. It had to be something really, like, special and a slam dunk to warrant
Yeah.
a long drive.
Yeah. Little Sausage says, "What's the limit for your commute for you ladies?" An hour, maybe a bit over an hour. It also depends on where the person wants to end up living, because you can date someone that's 10 minutes away and they want to move to Europe.
True. I mean, it depends, like, my commute I've commuted into work for, like, an hour and a half to get in, so right, it's like, how long can you keep that up? I once dated a guy that I met in New York City, and then he moved out to DC, and then it was, like, a lot of bus rides. It's like, you gotta have a time in mind for when you're gonna be in the same state, because it's like you're gonna, like lose hope and lose motivation for that relationship if it's, like, a lot of long distance.
But you need really good communication.
Yeah.
And um John Thomas says, "I feel sad for this generation to be afraid to get into a guy's car." I'm afraid to get into any guy's or girl's car, to be honest. It doesn't have to be either or. You need to build trust.
Or pick her up in a Jeep Wrangler with no doors so she can just unbuckle and roll out if she feels uncomfortable.
There's always an escape plan.
There you go. A DeLorean.
Yeah, that's why I say a girl can be a serial
But
killer, too.
probably not.
Not as likely. It's usually more likely men, but I
Yeah.
haven't met a serial. Never mind. No, I haven't. No, I haven't met a serial killer that I know of.
Yeah. They exist, sure, but
Bowling. I do bowling.
yes. Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
bowling's
This is
fun.
great. Bowling is, like, I don't think it's that expensive. It takes a long time. You could talk or not talk. You don't have to be good at it.
Mhm.
Um,
You can have beers while you're bowling, I think. At least
and you
at the
know what?
bowling alleys I now have.
This is a great test because if you take a woman bowling and she's very like skeeved out by the whole like rental bowling shoe
Shoes.
process, that can be a good indicator. Like, okay, maybe she's a little too high maintenance. Maybe she's like a little too
Mhm.
precious.
Mhm. You'll
So
you'll learn quickly, and depending on if she wins or loses, you see how she reacts.
yeah, yes, you
Mhm.
see how someone does with failure or with winning.
Mhm. Mhm. Plus, like those uh balls, you can't have too long of fingernails, so that's another huge test if you don't like those
Right,
nails.
she
So,
talons. Yeah,
oh god, there's some
that's
people
so
out there. I
funny.
don't know how they do it with
I don't
the long
understand.
nails.
I
I
had
have
kind of
contacts.
Yes, you can't, like, when I got married, I had to have, like, it's the first time I had, like, big nails put on, but I had to have them shaved down like these 2 so I could take my contacts out.
Oh my god, and it's so difficult because if you don't have them short enough, you have to use like the side of your pads, and then you feel the nails like scraping your eyeball, and you're like, ugh.
Oh, it's the worst, it's the worst feeling.
Mhm. So I would love to get LASIK eye surgery, but I feel too old at this point to really take the long term
I
happiness of not having glasses.
I almost did because, like, when I got fired, I knew I had, like, a certain amount of, like, time left on my, health insurance, and I was like, "Oh, should I get fuck you LASIK?" Like, just get it and, like while my insurance runs out, and then I was like, "You know what? Like, I don't wanna be the 1 in 100 chance of a fuck up." Like, I know it's very rare to screw up, but, like, I just was imagining a scenario where somebody bumps into the laser machine while I'm on the table and it fucking takes out my whole
Oh
eye
my
and
god.
face, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I'm really good." Like, I don't love being blind, but I'm used to it, and,
Yeah.
it's like it's the least of my problems at this point.
It's it would feel like karma for me if I was in your situation, be like, "I don't really need this, but I'm gonna do it to take the money," and then end up having something screw up in my eye for
I
that.
mean, I still would have had to pay for it, it's just, like, it would have been maybe a little bit covered by insurance versus, like, I don't know, but I just didn't I don't
Yeah.
know.
I can live without seeing
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, who needs to see all the time?
Yeah, right? When you're in the bedroom, the lights are off anyway, right?
Yeah, I look best blurry and dark, so
My favorite, Mark will show me something on the phone. I'll be like, "Honey, I'm blind," and then he has to put it like literally right to my face here.
Dude, what's your prescription?
-5 and -3.5.
Get out. You call
I'm
that a
blind as
prescription? You call that a prescription? Ha!
Wait, what?
Ha!
I don't
Ha!
understand.
I
What?
laugh at you. I laugh at your face. I have -8 and 8.5.
Oh my god, you said that you can still see. What the
I can
heck?
see like this. I can we'll put Seinfeld on when we're falling asleep, and I can squint and kind of figure out what's going on.
Wait, you don't wear your glasses to bed while you're watching TV?
I do, or I don't, and I forget, and sometimes I like the position I'm sleeping in, I don't wanna, like, bunch up the glasses, so I'll just sort of, like, lay there and squint.
You're putting your best Asian impersonation on. It's fine.
I practice every night. Or here's a hot trick, I think my dad taught me this, if you make a tiny little diamond with your fingers
Uh-huh.
like this, and you put it up to your eye, you can actually see a lot clearer. But then you look, insane. But,
I don't mind. I don't mind. You know, one of
it's
my
not legally blind, okay? Legally blind is like 10 plus.
10 plus. Okay. So
It might
we
be
can still
15
see.
even. Yeah.
We just wouldn't drive without glasses.
No, I wouldn't walk without glasses. I would,
Someone
I could get to the mailbox.
Yeah, someone asked me once, like, "What is it like without your glasses?" And I go, "Unless I knew who you really were, like your voice, if you walk into a room, I'm not gonna be able to tell who you are."
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. I wonder if I would, be doing better in comedy if I were, like, blind. I could d get all the, like
the
I could get a
sympathy
yeah,
laughs.
I could get the diversity bookings. I could get the sympathy bookings. No, I'm very happy I'm not blind. Maybe I should have done the LASIK. I just didn't want the 1 in a million screw up to be with me.
Mhm, mhm. And at that point that you were at the job, that was like what, 2020, I'm assuming?
I lost that job December of 21.
21. And you're in your 30s now, so they say around, was it 45, 50, your eyes start declining again.
Oh, they change anyway?
Yeah, because then you need, the reading glasses and whatnot,
Okay.
possibly. So,
Ooh, I wonder if they'll
I
make my contacts like bifocal contacts, like half will be one prescription and
the top part you see far, the
yeah.
bottom part,
Why haven't they
except for
invented those
us.
yet? Oh, right, because it's a fucking circle and you
I
can't
was about to
you
s
can't
just
force
to say,
which
how do you
way it
force
goes.
that happen?
Oh, wow. If only they could do that though, like use magnets or something and make it like maybe they make the bottom heavier. I don't
So
know.
it, like, drags your eye down. One eye is just stronger
Yeah,
than the other, so
that
you
just sounds safe. We're definitely not
have
optometrists. Don't take our advice.
Mad Eye Mayor. Oh my goodness. Hey, it was a good thought, okay? It was a good thought. Yeah, we didn't
You know,
think very hard on
I
that.
don't I just like to think of myself as differently abled, okay? I'm as good as anybody else, and I feel like my defects my sense of smell is great, sense of style is off the charts, uh, taste is pretty good. What I don't
You
need
have great
all
hair.
senses firing off, you know? Yes, the
Mhm,
hair is good,
mhm,
so
mhm.
who needs sight? I think I would rather lose my, gosh, actually, no, I'd rather lose my hearing than my sight. Sight's pretty important.
Really? I tried to think about that, which, sensation I'd be okay with losing. It's too difficult. Probably.
But, like, being deaf is so lonely,
Mhm.
so isolating.
Smell.
Oh, you lose smell okay, you just
I'd
be
be
in
okay with losing smell. And then,
permanent coat.
when you were it's like when you had COVID, your taste buds won't be as, good,
You know what?
and you could just diet so much easily.
Yes, and you could lose weight and get snatched, and you don't even care about food anymore, like,
Yeah.
honestly, I would love that.
Mhm, mhm. I don't mind that at all.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Not
So what's this next one here? Nightclubs. I don't go to nightclubs, so I absolutely
yeah.
refuse to go.
No, again, nightclubs is where you go to meet people that you might like. You don't take someone you like to a nightclub well, if it's like a if it's a if it's a dark sort of cocktail bar and it's quiet and maybe it's like a speakeasy, but again, that's not really a nightclub. No, nightclub is where you go to pick people up.
Pick people
Then
up. You go
you wanna go
to
back to
dry
the
hump each
nightclub.
other.
Unless you're both, like, huge ravers or something, and you're like,
Oh, yeah, I could see that if
you
you're a
both do a
raver.
ton of Molly, and you're just like, "Oh, I fucking gotta go to the
Or
fucking
if
nightclub."
someone was a DJ.
Yeah.
I don't typically find myself in those types of scenarios. Oh my god, when's the last time you went to a club?
I've definitely been to strip clubs more recently than, like, a nightclub. Uh, Nightclub. Oh my god.
Nightclub,
It has been
pre-COVID, oh my god.
probably 10 years or 8.
Well, that's a lot longer than I
Yeah.
thought for you. Oh my goodness.
Like, I'm talking about dance club, like, late
Dance,
at
yeah.
night, music, the whole thing.
I think 2019 where it was my, like, last hot girl summer / went salsa dancing. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
going out dancing, I don't really consider that a club. I think I'm thinking of, like a New York City, like a Terminal 5 or a One Oak or something like that. It's
One
been pro
Oak? Let me
Yeah, like
see.
all these clubs they're probably dead now.
Oak, New York. Let me see what this looks like. Images. Oh, yeah. They got the booths, they
Mhm.
got the
Now
LED sexy lights and
Yeah.
okay.
Here's the thing, comedy really cut into my clubbing years because I started comedy at 26, so,
Mm,
those are my best going out years that I wasted doing comedy, building this craft, so they were
uh,
very much cut short.
I think I like the idea of going to a comedy club better because you can at least talk to people. I hated going to, like, clubs because the thing that bothered me the most is when guys come up to you behind you and then just grab onto you and start dancing, and I'm like, "No, who are
Dance
you?"
dance attack, yeah, the sneak attack.
The sneak
Mhm.
attack. I call it the back attack. And that's why I really like salsa dancing because people would at least, like, say, "Hi, would you like to dance?" and introduce themselves. But
Yeah,
that yeah.
it's more
Yeah.
like present rather
Mhm,
than like
mhm.
the kind of people who go to nightclubs, it's like, you're young, you're stupid, you don't know what to do, you haven't
They're on
developed
the
any
hunt.
interests yet, and it's like, yeah, you're literally drowning out several of your senses, you're drinking till you're inebriated, the music is so loud you can't hear what people are saying, it's dark, so you can't really see what people look like. You're literally
Mhm.
drowning out all of your
All your
senses.
senses.
And you're like, "I
Oh my
think I
god.
like this person," but it's like, you only maybe like them at the 10%, you know? You're
The
every
10% that you can see.
Yeah.
Oh my
Insecure
god.
people go to nightclubs, if that's where you regularly go, you either love, like, music and the rave scene, or you're extremely insecure and you're afraid to talk to somebody, and you're,
Mhm.
like, going to do cleanup crew, which is when you wait till 2 a.m. and the bar is closing
Oh,
and you
and
go,
then
"Who's
that
drunk
drunk
with?"
girl you sweep in.
And then you take that girl home. I know this because that is how I met my first boyfriend. I was cleaned up.
You were clean up in Isle Mare.
Yeah, I was like, I was just hanging onto the bar at 2 a.m. There he was.
You're like, "Oh, he held me up right,
Yeah.
almost, until we were in his bed."
Yes, he helped me find my purse. It was actually back at his apartment. I don't remember leaving it there.
Oh gosh.
Uh,
Hookah bars. I don't do hookah, so I wouldn't go to
eh,
one.
I find them pretentious and douchey, like the whole hookah situation. But again, if you really if you're a guy if you're I don't know, one of the people really likes hookah and you're like, "Alright, I'll go once, okay?" And then, like,
Yeah.
don't go ag maybe people think, "Oh, it's something fun and different to do." Uh, eh, it's not the worst option on this list, but they're a little douchey.
Yeah. What's the point of hookah? Do you, like, get high from it?
You're just, like, inhaling, fruit flavored fumes. Like, I've been at strip
Oh.
clubs where they'll bring a hookah out. Um, it can't be your whole night. It's
Oh.
not enough.
That doesn't sound fun to me.
Or maybe if it's a hookah bar that has cool drinks and it's like a little bit of
Okay.
a
Yeah, I'd be
scene.
down for that. Cool drinks,
Yeah.
sure. Sure, sure, sure. A bar for just drinks.
Ye
Hell yes. I'd be
Yes,
down for
but
that.
like I said, I would stick to a happy hour for cost-wise, and I would do, like, you do a nice bar, you have a cocktail or 2, and
Mhm.
then try to call it a night.
Yep.
That's tricky, you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes but if you're getting drunk and having fun and, like, enjoying this person, maybe you do I think you should start out nice cocktail bar, a cocktail or 2, then if it's going well, go to another bar, like a dive bar. Uh,
Ooh, where you can cozy up a little
yeah,
more.
you're not gonna break your
Mhm.
bank.
Yep.
But again, if you do a happy hour, that kind of eliminates that problem because it keeps it early and it keeps it low pressure, and you're
Mhm.
not gonna
Mhm.
spend so much money.
Yeah. Drinks are a must for dating X-ray. Yes.
Yes, for
I
dating
had a
anyone.
yeah. Unless they don't drink. There's a fair few that I know that are
Yes,
allergic to
someone who
alcohol.
doesn't drink is a red flag to me.
Chrissy, you're a red flag right now.
I'm a big red flag right now. Yep.
All right. Waffle House, that's breakfast, right? So I'd be okay with that.
You could do a cute, like, brunch moment at a Waffle House. Yeah,
Mhm.
nothing
Mhm.
wrong with that.
A sports event. Now, I'm on the fence with this because I would feel very trapped at a sports event if I
Mhm.
didn't like the person.
Sports event, this is like if you're looking for a budget date, do not go to a
Oh,
game
it's so
because all that
expensive.
food, those drinks, they tell the beers are like fucking $15.
At
The food is
least.
expensive. You have to spend a lot of money to, like, feel satiated. Plus,
Mhm.
if it's like, oh, you wanna buy merch or something, if you have some sort of season ticket or, like, your job gives you, like, box seats or something, like, I had that at this job I last had. You'd get, like, "Oh, you can go to the
Oh,
fucking
that
Delta
sounds fun.
box and watch the game."
That sounds
Um,
really fun.
but again, it's like it's an expensive thing, and, again, if you're starting out on, like, a first date by taking someone to an expensive thing, that kinda sets the bar
It sets the bar
high,
real high. Real
so,
high. So,
yeah.
I agree, I agree. Well,
But you could do cheap seats, and you could do, like, a hot dog, and, there's a way you could do it, I think.
yeah. I miss when the Raptors sucked because you can get the cheap seats in, like, on the 3rd floor for, like, $15 a piece.
Ooh,
Now
okay.
they're ever since they won the sorry,
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
know
what the
what? If
word
you
is.
both like a team, then fucking do it. Yeah, that could
Yeah.
be a great first date.
It'll be fun first day. Or if, you can't get tickets, you can go to a bar that has the game on.
True, which is a Buffalo Wild Wings, which brings us
Yeah,
back to
B-dubs.
Tubbs's favorite choice.
Oh, yeah. All right, there you go. So, I think that this list is a little silly. People who actually abide by this is, like, to its
Hold on.
completion.
If
That's a
you're
lot.
ruling out all of these choices,
Where'd he
then what's
go?
left?
Really high-end restaurants. These are, like, the bougie of the bougie, I
But
think.
again, you might not even if you're high maintenance, you might not like this person enough to sit through a fucking three-course meal with them.
Yeah, and that's yeah. I
Like,
learned really early on.
don't you wanna save your own time?
That's what I think. Like I spent one day, and this made me realize I love coffee dates because I went to this like festival park with like food and rides and all that. End up spending uh 8 excruciating hours with this person, and it sucked. So I'm never,
Oh,
ever, 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 ever doing that again.
yeah. Little Sausage says, "I'd say married and pregnant is a red flag."
Yeah, yeah. If Chrissy's on the prowl, well,
Look, I got a couple of months in me before the stretch
yeah,
marks really start coming,
yeah.
okay?
Well,
So,
and with her,
get in there, boys.
you get a 2 for 1, okay?
Yes, it's an instant threesome. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I just love when you were joking around, just like, "I'm growing a penis in me."
I am growing a penis inside me, like, it's probably the most impressive thing I'll ever accomplish, like, growing a penis. I'm just making one right now. Like,
I mean,
I don't
I
even have to do
usually
anything.
grow a penis by just taking my shirt off, but
Ah!
hey.
Yeah. It is so wild to think about, like the last 3 months, like, how much has been accomplished, and I go, "I haven't gotten this much done." Think about, like, what have I accomplished in 3 months that's as impressive as this, growing a third of a person. Is it a third? Yeah, I think so.
The
It's
first
it's insane.
30%.
Right, the first 30%. It's just so insane. Like, things are happening, and all I have to do is sleep and eat and, not get too stressed out.
Not take hot baths.
And not take hot baths or eat all the things that are bad,
Yeah.
and take all the vitamins.
Oh god. Your hair must feel so nice though. That's the one thing I, like, am so excited for when I get pregnant,
Well,
having
do
all that hair.
start I was taking prenatals for, like, a year plus before any of this because it makes your hair and nails really nice. So, take them
Mm.
anyway.
Maybe I'll do that.
Just take them
Costco,
anyway.
here we go.
Yeah, there is a God, I was taking the Smarty Pants gummies. Those are really good. They're literally just delicious gummies. But then I
Mhm.
moved on to these other, like, more hardcore Norwegian prenatals now, and I'm taking
I've
another DHA, which is it's all the different types of, like, omegas, so
Mhm.
it's, like which is good for, like, brain building.
And yeah, skin too.
Skin.
Yeah.
I definitely want him to have skin.
Yeah. Honestly, it's one of the coolest things. I took an embryology class when I was in university to learn about how the fetus grows in the different stages, and it's actually amazing the how smart the from one cell it can make that baby. It's insane.
When I first found out I was pregnant, I was like, oh, 7 weeks along, and, I didn't believe it at first. I had to take, like, 4 or 5 tests, and I was like, "Well, shit, I think there might be something to this." And then I had to get on a plane to go to LA, like, 2, 3 days later, so I hadn't had a chance to see a doctor yet. I was in LA for a week, came back, went to the doctor for the first time on, like, September 12th, and it was the first time I saw a sonogram, and I was like,
Shock.
"Holy shit." I said to the sonogram lady and she's just like maybe she's just like you, she's just a tech because she handed me the thing to, like, insert into myself, and I was like, I felt like I'm kinda gypped here. I'm like, "I wanna get my money's worth." I'm like, "Why don't you put it in?" I have to
I
put it
thought
in myself? What am I paying you for? I want full
and
service.
And actually, we talked about this before too, because it was like, oh, how weird was that? Because I
Yeah.
had a test done similar to that as well, and I'm like, it's so weird to have someone do it for you, and you're like, I'm just gonna sit here and make it awkward, and you never know if you get a man or if you get a woman. It just is
No,
what
I
it
said, "Sorry, it has to be a woman, sorry, like, I'll come back another day. I'll find a woman out on the street to do it." Just
is.
a hard no for me, and, I saw the sonogram for the first time and I, like, cried. I was like,
Mhm.
"This is a weird question." I was like, "But do people actually see this and then still decide not to keep their baby in there?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "How? How could you see the living thing?" Like, and at that point, they actually won't let you hear the heartbeat because I think you have to be like the doctor. It's like you have to be like another level or something to actually let the person hear the heartbeat, which I didn't realize. But it blew me
Oh,
away that someone could see a sonogram of a living thing and just be like, "Nah," because it's
I
like
think
it's
this.
a fucking miracle that it's even there.
Yeah. I feel like with those things, it's a lot of selfishness because they see the baby getting in the way of freedom or whatever it is. So it does suck when people think that. I've I think at 21 or 22, I've always said that, like, if I get pregnant by accident, I would always keep the baby because I don't want to ever
Yeah.
put myself in this situation where if I did abort a baby and I tried to have babies later in life and I couldn't, then I always think I regret that.
A friend of mine is going through this exact thing. She was dating a guy, she really has always wanted a kid. She did not keep the baby when she was with this guy because the guy was breaking up with her or whatever, and she has been trying to get pregnant, like, on her own. I don't know, she's older than me, but, she's been doing a lot of treatments and stuff and, like, no luck, and I'm like, "Dude, you shouldn't have done that." Like, if it's even a tiny inkling that you might wanna have kids, just don't do it, and I think there should be, like, an age cutoff. I'm sorry, like, if you're, like, I think I don't know, this sounds insane, like, I don't wanna force things on people, but it's like, there should be some sort of, like, analysis of your support system, the job you have, because most of these abortions, I think, are just recreational, and like you said, like, women being selfish, and,
Mhm.
it's, yeah, I feel like, I mean, if you're in your yeah, if you're above 25 and you get pregnant, like, you're a fucking moron if you don't like, I just think it's like,
Mhm.
you're a full-blown adult
Mhm.
who should have a
Yeah.
job. I know it sounds really judgy, but, sorry, if you're too dumb to watch your cycle
At that
or
point
take
in
birth
your life,
control. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I never saw this, happening for myself because when I was in college, like, I never wanted to have kids, I never wanted to get
Mhm.
married again, I was, like, a full-blown feminist. I thought that having a kid would be, like, the end of your life. How am I supposed to find a job? How am I supposed to, like, pay off my debt while also paying for?
Mhm.
Because it's, like, it is scary because you, like, just
It's a
don't think
lot to do.
it is.
And at that point too, if you don't think you're gonna have anyone to rely on, it sucks to have that much burden. And so thinking about having a child, I can see why people are very afraid of it, but
Mhm.
it all ends up working somehow in the end. Like my mom always says, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you're gonna figure it out. You
Yeah.
have to.
You will, and there's studies that, like, men who have kids end up making more at their jobs, like, whether it's, like, your bosses are more inclined to give you a promotion or you actually are working harder and motivated and have goals, like,
Hmm.
it helps you kinda level up sometimes.
Absolutely.
There's so many
Absolutely.
people who have kids before they're ready or that are unplanned, and that is actually the thing that helps them, like, get
Become
over.
a grown up.
Yeah,
uh, be
yeah.
a responsible adult.
Yeah, I
uh,
just think that's how I feel. I think if you're too much of an asshole to watch your cycle and learn about your body, because you can only really get pregnant for
oh,
5-ish
5 days
days
at a most.
a month. If
A
you're
month,
too
yeah.
fucking dumb to learn when those days are and you bring a life into this world, like, guess what? Like, you better be on top of your shit if you wanna be selfish and single. Like,
Yeah.
you better know
Yeah.
yourself. If you wanna keep your life the way it is, then get to know your body,
Yeah.
moron.
And also
Like,
be pickier. Don't just let
yeah.
anyone in your body. Anyone could be the father of your children.
Yeah. Yes! Oh my god, that's another thing. If there's young women looking, like, do not sleep with a man unless you would have his baby. Plain and simple. Whether you wanna have kids or not, that shifts your whole decision-making process.
Mhm.
'Cause then
Mhm.
you're actually only going to be with good men. Y
Mhm.
just keep that in mind, like, would you have this guy's kid? No? Then why you're wasting your time.
What's the point? What's the point?
Yeah.
You're exactly right. So, um, we have Ian Selforth for 50 pounds. Thank you so much,
Woo.
Ian. Uh, says great chat, even if it's in 720p. Our voices are in 720p. That's what matters the most. We'll go for the 1080p package maybe next time. Thank you, Ian. And he gifts 10 Poor Choices memberships. Thank you,
Ooh.
Ian, for the memberships. I love seeing the green in the chat. Thank you. John Thomas for 5 says, my go-to was a motorcycle picnic date. Ooh,
Oh,
if
that's
she won't
hot.
if she won't ride, there's no point. Oh, what
Yes,
kind of
a
motorcycle?
little vibration on the way to dinner. That
And
sounds
hey,
good.
you get the girl holding on to your back, a little nice and close action.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm digging it. I don't know if I'd go now because of how many motorcycle accidents I feel, but especially in my young 20s. Hell yes.
It's also yeah, I wouldn't that's the thing, a first date, hop on somebody's motorcycle, you don't know if they're a shitty motorcycle person, you know?
Mhm.
You're
Mhm.
taking your life in your hands.
Yeah. But I think if you trust the person and going on a motorcycle is really fun because I've been on a few and my friends always know that I'm a big scaredy cat and they take it slow.
I don't think I've ever been on one.
Really?
I
I'm
don't
actually
think
shocked.
so.
Is it
Yeah.
common or not common to see ones in New York? Just because I feel like it'd be easier to zip around town that way, or a Vespa maybe.
Couple people, not really, most of them are, like, Uber Eats people who have them.
Okay. Okay. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Thank you again, John.
We see motorcycle gangs go around, like, especially on the weekends, like,
Hell's Angels or
driving upstate. Oh, yeah.
ah,
A
we get
bunch
them
of Hell's
everywhere.
Angels came to my show one of my shows in Dallas once. It was great.
Really?
Yeah, they were cool.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of cool, actually. Kind of cool. Darian Murphy for $9.99 says, in film school, I took a girl to see a movie called From Hell, which is about Jack the Ripper. Not good. I liked art house films and I wasn't thinking, haha. After 20 minutes, we saw another movie. Oh, did she get freaked out? I feel like she got freaked out. See, I like that sort of stuff.
Sounds like it.
Give me all the gore. Thank you, Darian. And John Thomas for $5 says Panera bread is better than Starbucks. I've never had Panera bread.
Gotta say no on this. Maybe I'm biased because, like, when my mom was dying of brain cancer, all she wanted to eat was Panera, and, like, I just like, we were constantly like, when she was still mobile, like, it was default, we would always go to Panera, and
Oh.
I have bad memory. The smell of the store of Panera skeeves me out, just like the smell of Subway skeeves me
Oh, I
out.
don't like Subway. It smells fake.
Like, you have more lunchy, sandwichy options at Panera, I hear you, there's soups there, there is coffee there, but, maybe for, like, a lunch date, sure, do a Panera.
Do they have pizza? They maybe do pizza.
They might. Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah. Coffee is just as good plus more food options. Okay, so yeah, we got the food options. I have to try. Maybe I'll go to a Panera and try some coffee, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But I personally like McDonald's coffee the most for fast food
Ooh,
coffee.
you know who has incredible iced coffee is Raising Cane's.
That must be a New York thing.
It's a Texas, but also I think I saw them out in Minnesota. Elijah
Oh,
Schaefer
okay.
put me onto that. Yeah, they have really good iced coffee.
What's it called again?
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's. Okay.
Yeah.
When I go to
They
Texas,
do they do chicken.
I'll have to see. I'll have to see. So, ooh, I love a good coffee though. And
Mhm.
I think Elijah's a big coffee fan. He always does his like latte art.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
just at the
McDonald's
top.
also has very good coffee too, like you said. And
Uh-huh.
I love,
Uh-huh.
like not a shitty, but like a classic deli coffee, like no muss, no fuss.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the
I'm
kind
thinking
of
like,
coffee that, like, old men drink, like,
oh,
just no frills.
any
A
place that's like super Italian always has good
a Ma
coffee.
a Maxwell House, yeah.
I'm just thinking about the Italian. When I went to Italy for my hike, I just had coffee everywhere and it was so dirt cheap. It was like not even €1.
Wow,
It was so good. And the beans they have there, the espresso. Oh, yes.
yum.
Espresso.
The beans.
Beans. And then we have J.H. Schwalbach for $49.79 on the Streamlabs side. Thank you, by the way. I saw him earlier. He said John Henry is a good strong name, in case you're looking. I don't know if you have names.
Is that his name? We do have a name. We don't have a middle name, but,
Mm.
the thing is the boy name was a short list. The girl name was longer. So once we found out it was a boy, it was like, okay, we knew basically.
It's pretty tunnel vision for that. You got the name. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
excited for when that happens. Are you gonna
It's
not
so
tell people?
early. I don't know. I would have been okay not telling people when I did anyway, but Frank was like, "You gotta tell people." And then I was like, "Yeah, people will think I'm getting fat." So it feels
Mm-hmm.
nerve-wracking to just you feel very exposed because everything else I put out online, like my jokes, my material, my posts, like I have control over what I say, what I wanna make fun of, but like this, I have no control over.
You have no control over it, and then you have already this inherent need to protect
The
your
beat.
baby. So it is, and you've seen, with your like your stepson, of course, like that
Mhm.
fatherly and parental want
Oh,
for the
yeah.
child to do well. So you're gonna be even more so because it's like in you. So you're literally being relied on because it's all you at this point.
It is so scary. I'm like,
Yeah.
"God, can I do this?
Yeah.
What do I bring to the table?"
Yeah. Oh my god. Do you cook and clean, Chrissie Mayr?
I mean, I can, but I don't cook.
It it will happen. All the
I
good
can make
things, you
I
know?
can make a scrambled egg like you would never imagine, but
You know what's funny? So I actually my family, we didn't do like typical like Canadian American white lunches. So
a white
I
lunch? What's a white lunch?
I say like a white lunch, like sandwiches or stuff like that. It was like
Tuna
rice and
salad.
something. So I actually like envied kids that had sandwiches, but I see why they do it because it's so easy.
Oh, lunch envy? Okay, in high school, I was not a rich kid. I envied the rich kids because they would come into school with, like, their white deli bags, and then they'd have, like, a bagel or a bagel sandwich and this pristine, like, white wrapped deli paper, and they'd bring a Snapple in, and they would just fucking pop the back of that Snapple almost like, "You're fucking poor," you know? And even, like, hearing a Snapple being popped, it would be triggering because 'cause I'd be like, "Ah."
Oh my
I would just
god.
have my, like, Capri Sun or something,
Oh, I
and,
love Capri Sun.
oh, yeah, and they just would, like I was so jealous of these deli lunch kids, it would be
Oh.
fresh that day. I would have a mushed PBJ that was, like, hot and
Oh,
sitting
I
sitting
love
in the
PBJ.
bottom of my backpack, like, sitting on it for half the day, and I just, like, these lunch kids would trigger me so much.
That is very fancy, like a deli meal like that.
A
Uh,
deli yeah, a thick ass deli sandwich, like,
we
damn.
didn't have like a cafeteria. We actually had just really milk bags that you could buy. It's like
Okay.
literally like a little bag, 50 cents. You hold onto one side, you pop the straw in, and then you drink
Ooh.
it.
Those were so fun.
They
We
were.
had 2 delis by our middle school. One was called the Spanish deli, one was called the regular deli, and, the Spanish deli I, like, loved. It was, like, my comfort zone because they sold, like, Lucy candies, like, behind the counter. They would just have, like,
Mhm.
loose candy in this, like, translucent plastic, like, window thing. It was really like a bodega, basically, and, you could get, like, all types of crazy you could buy Orbits there. Remember Orbits, the drink
Oh
with the
my
little
god, the
ball floating
gum.
around it?
Mhm.
Fruitopia. You could get your Arizona green iced tea cans there, and you could get, yeah, your 25-cent bag of chips. You could get so much for your
Um,
money at the Spanish deli. The regular deli, you're gonna go broke, you know what I mean? Like, don't set foot
aw.
unless you're doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw, Jay Schwalbach's gonna become a grandfather.
Oh.
My son's wife is having his first baby in about 2 weeks, her first 2. Very excited, I'm feeling ya. Oh,
Yeah,
so exciting, so
so cool.
exciting. Gosh. Oh, wait, yeah, I still have to read your, message that you did on the Streamlabs side, thank you. I'm so happy the Best Western was on that list. I would have been in trouble. Frank John Henry, great name for a first child, just saying.
Frank John Henry? That's like 3
Oh, I think
first
he's
names.
speaking to Frank.
Oh,
John Henry.
John is the most boring name. I'm sorry to all the Johns out there. Like, if you're named John, your parents
Oh,
gave
no.
up. They're like, "We got nothing."
Or you're like literally the whitest person in the whole world.
John? Really? They had 9 months. That's the best they could come up with? John?
Oh gosh. The name that's like the most popular for my age group, I think, was Daniel.
Ooh, there was a lot of Jennifers, Christine,
No, Christy,
Rachel,
Christina,
Jessica,
Lauren,
mhm,
Laura's.
Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly,
Trying to
Chelsea was popular.
Chelsea. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Courtney, oh
yeah.
my god, Courtney was so popular for some reason.
Oh, yes, Michelle, Michael. Although
Mhm.
Michael is
Mike
still a popular
Mi
one.
all Mikes and Brians,
Mm-hmm.
Sean,
Oh, Amanda.
yep,
Yep. I feel like you're getting a lot of I don't know about Candy. Andrew
Andy,
Matthews.
that's my stage name.
So, oh dang.
Mm,
Congrats. Pregnant with the
congrats, Dan.
6th.
Congrats on
Damn,
having a
Daniel.
functioning penis. Look at that.
Yeah. Some good
Pump
parts
it
on
out.
you.
Mhm.
All right. So I guess we'll wind down. Wow. Candy is a 304. Not always.
Oh.
Not always.
It could be short for Candace.
That's true. We have two girls that I used to work with named Candace. But they spelt it differently, so we call them Ace and Ice
Aw.
because it was AC
Did
and
one of them really hate immigrants?
no, not that I was aware of. But you never
Um,
know.
Okay.
You never know. Why?
'Cause ICE, like, don't they take out the immigrants?
Oh my god. Ding 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 my brain. Anyway, so Chrissy, where can people find you?
Right here. Um,
Oh.
what's going on? Let's see. It's Wednesday. I've lost track of the days. Of course, Friday Night Tights. Actually, no, I'm lying because I have gigs this weekend. So this Friday and Saturday, you can see me on Long Island. I'm headlining in Belmore, Long Island, at the Brokerage Comedy Club. Friday, that is a 8 o'clock show, and Saturday, that's a 7 o'clock show. And then we got Simpcast on Sunday with Misty Winston, Mary Morgan, Zia, Radix Verum, Nina Infinity. So that'll be a nice little
Ooh.
lineup there. And Wet Spot, of course, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern on compoundmedia.com.
Yeah. Are you dressing up for Halloween?
Ooh, I definitely have costumes, but I haven't decided on a specific thing for this year. I should figure it
Okay.
out though.
Do you have any streams on Tuesday?
Ooh, no, we have like a friend's
Oh, okay.
Halloween
So we'll see
party.
pictures. We'll see pictures. Okay.
I could definitely recycle an old Scarlet Witch costume, although I'm a little bit afraid to, like, put it on and it doesn't fit.
Your
So,
Sailor Moon one would fit, right?
I returned it to Amazon.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Whoops.
Oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
probably could order something now. It might come in before Tuesday.
It might. So, but yeah, that's exciting. Yeah. Thank you for coming on here. It was wonderful to finally get you on, and
Yes. It was good.
glad
It was
that you
fun.
could make it. So yeah, there is one more super chat here before we go that slipped in. Deranged Lunatic, aka DL, for 199 says, I once knew someone named Harry Peter.
Ooh.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Similar to Harry Potter.
Kind of. Harry Peter. Like a Harry Peepee.
Mm,
Is that what?
that's
Yeah.
bad.
That's bad.
You could always
Yeah.
shave it, I guess.
Yeah. Or wax it like Roland does.
Ugh. He does his pubes. Like, I hope he's not waxing the shaft.
No, that's the best part, to wax.
Gah.
I
What
literally like
if it's soft?
it usually is.
Hold on, are people waxing their shafts?
Well, this is coming from someone who waxes. I usually cover that area. Well, what I used to wax. I don't do
The
anymore.
whole shaft gets waxed?
Not the whole, just where the
Base
hair
part?
grows up. So you know how sometimes it just grows up a little bit?
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah.
wow. That's a real
Yeah.
leap of faith. They're really putting their life in your hands.
Well, they're holding onto the shaft. I don't hold on to the shaft.
Oh.
So
Oh my
it's literally they're
god.
holding onto their life. Yeah.
They hold onto their own
Yeah.
oh
I literally like put
god.
their hand, I take their hand in my hand and I say, hold here and here. Hold tight.
Do you have them tuck their balls between their legs so you don't see them? You're seeing
No.
everything.
I know I see everything. The only thing I don't see is like, the end of their
Taint.
penis.
You're
No,
doing
I see the
butthole
taint.
too? You do it
Yeah.
all.
So when you're doing like that, it's like for a Brazilian for a woman, right? You do everything at the front, the bikini line, the if they want to
Beehole.
leave something, sure. And then you do the balls into the taint, into the crack.
I used to
Yeah.
I would always do like all my other waxing ladies, same thing. You know, they wax you and then you do basically like knees to chest, they do your beehole. This new gal I have, she makes me turn around on my stomach and I literally I'm like laying on my stomach holding my own cheeks apart, which is
Oh.
so weird and it's like the strangest feeling. I haven't actually been since I've been with child because I was just like, I don't know, it just feels weird to
You don't
go.
wanna lay on your
Like,
tummy. I think the
yeah,
well, actually, you can't shave prior to birthing, so just so you know,
you can't or you won't or you
you can't.
shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
What?
I don't know if it's can't or shouldn't, but I think it's you
Aren't
shouldn't
I
and
want to I want to impress the doctors. I wanna know that I let them know that I care.
yeah, I think there's something with, like, infection possible stuff. So
What?
yeah, make sure you talk to your doctor because as you go further into your pregnancy, it does your blood you're getting more you have more blood volume, more blood pressure, and you're more sensitive down there, and you got a lot more blood flow, so it does hurt more. So just so you know, if you want
Oh,
to have like an ease into pain throughout the pregnancy, good things
wow.
to know. I don't know. Because you're not going to be shaving for at least a couple weeks after you give birth.
Why not? Don't you wanna get back out there and just, like,
I
be
need
a
to get
part of
back
the
on the
be
game.
part of the snapping back?
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Ugh.
the weirdest position I've ever heard of was getting on all fours, but you know, that would
Oh,
be a weird one
oh,
for
not
me.
it doesn't end there. Not only did I have to hold my own cheeks apart, she would then bring out a little hand mirror and put it in front of my crotch like I'm at the barber, like, "What do you think?" And,
Oh,
I
with
get it.
you?
Yes, and now I
Oh,
chuckle and, like, I haven't been in a while, but, like, I would see her kind of regularly because I think she's kind of funny. She's, like, Russian or something, and, like, she brings out the little mirror and she shows you, and it's like, of course, I have everything removed, and I laugh because it's like, what am I gonna be like? "Oh, no, you took too much off the top, you took too much off the sides."
you're
Like,
right
what are you
there.
gonna do at that point? Like, I just see
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm not ready to look at it right away. It's like it's like
yeah.
it's all it's been through a thing. I don't wanna look at it till the next day, and she's like, "Oh," it's, like, jarring
Oh,
to look at it right away.
we're having a rave now.
Yes, I'm at a nightclub.
uh,
It's
my
so
oh, what I usually did was I give the mirror and step outside and be like, I'll give you like a couple seconds, 30 seconds, and then I'll knock and see if everything's good to come in back or not.
that's really considerate. No,
Yeah,
she literally holds the mirror and watches me look at myself.
it's like going to the
I'm like, "Yep."
barber and you see the
I'm
back of
just
your
like,
head.
"Why?" I should've asked her, "Why do you do this?" Or, "It's
Yeah.
okay. We don't need to do the mirror routine at the end."
So she'd be like, it's fine, don't worry.
So hold on, I cannot shave before I give birth, and I cannot get waxed before I give birth.
No,
Could I just
you can
could
get
I just
whacked.
shave it and make it say, like, "I'm sorry"?
I'm
I'll
sorry.
just spell out, "I'm sorry,"
If
and
you
just
can
like
see over your belly and shave,
yeah,
I'm sorry, talented. Very
yeah.
talented.
Be like, "Please be gentle," or like, "Don't judge me."
Or hello, baby.
Yeah.
You can get vajazzling if you can't actually like shave. I'm sorry there.
Be like, the baby came out covered in rhinestones. We don't know how it happened."
They wanted to have a rave in there too. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Did you
But
hear
anyways,
the wives' tale, if you stress out too much, your baby's gonna be gay?
that's a thing.
Try to not be stressed.
If I okay, so Mark hates it when I'm like, oh, I want a gay little boy so bad. If I can't have a girl, and he's like,
Want me to
why?
help
I'm
you
like,
decorate? Yeah.
I went to an art school. It's fine. Like it's not a big
They're
deal to
fun.
me.
They're fun, they're very
So
complimentary. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. They might be complicated in teen years, but they get over it. At
That's
least
funny,
they
this
can't get
side up.
pregnant.
Yeah, I would
This
I
side
may say this
up.
side up. Yeah, 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 that's great.
Oh my god. So what was I talking about? I don't remember.
I think
Anyways,
we're trying to wrap it up, and I'm not letting you.
yeah. Hey, I think there's a lot of rambling and I love it. I love it. So, thank you guys in the chat for being here. Thank you, Chrissy, for being here. And we will see you guys next time. Next week, we're not having Dadcast. We're just going to do gaming stream, little Spooktober stuff. And then we'll have a regular Sip and Chill on Wednesday. So, just so you guys know. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.